I'll wear their T-shirts and whatever else, but not doing that.
He doesn't understand a contract.
Right. All right, well, anyway, regarding this, you being on the red carpet, it's really not happening. Sorry. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand how you can agree with me that you're going to... See, this is you. This is why people make contracts with you and stuff. I say to you, hey, Eric, we'll write the questions and you'll ask them. And you went, okay, I'm okay with it. And we rehearsed it and you were fine with it. And then all of a sudden you go, well, I see the event's a big event. I'm not going to do it. So how can I go along with it? I understand this isn't for you. Okay? I got to go, though.
I wish you would... I'll agree to do your first question.
No,
we can't trust
I don't trust you. I know you'll get there and you won't do it. I know it, Eric. And that will make me crazy. You can't sabotage me like that.
I'll put my dignity and respect for the actors aside for one.
No. We're looking for people going there with a good attitude. He's going there reluctantly.
I know. Yeah, Eric, it's not for you.
Yeah.
It's not for you. I'm making the decision. It's not good for you. It's not good for your acting career.
You'll watch the Emmys at home.
Right. All right, but thank you anyway.
The only question I could think of that I'd ask off the top of my head is to Arnold, what do you think you screwed more, our state or your wife?
All right. Well, that's very disrespectful. We wouldn't even ask you to do that. It's not even funny. All right, Eric, I got to go. Thank you, though. And good luck with Beezid and everything.
Please reconsider the Emmy thing.
No. Eric, it's not for you. You've got to. You don't want to do it. Get that tape and yell at him.
It costs too much money.
No. Yeah, you know what it is to put him up in a hotel? A lot of money. Eric the Midget is on the phone.
Haven't we talked to him already this morning?
I know.
Shouldn't he be going to sleep?
I am awake just a little bit longer because I talked to Johnny after talking to you guys, and I've definitely decided I do not want any opportunities to pass me by from this point on, so I agree to do the red carpet event as is with questions and all.
Will says to me, we have to have him do it because you know he'll and it'll be the funniest thing ever.
I don't think he'll funny.
Will was yelling at me during the commercials. He said, you got to send him because you know he won't do it. He's going to say he's going to do it, and then he's not. What was your point of view on this, Will?
Just for me, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
Like, I mean, if we're doing this for comedy purposes,
right,
this is the best option.
Right.
Because he's not going to get it right. The demands are going to start in another week, I give him.
Right.
And, you know, it's just going to be a complete nightmare.
So is it going to wind up with us having nobody on the red carpet, or
no, he'll
be there?
It could end up though with having absolutely worthless tape.
Absolutely, yes. That's what I know.
See, the only thing that's going to be funny is the reaction on the air. The tape is going to be useless.
That's probably true.
Oh, Fred, you're useless.
That may be true, but I'm about as useful as your legs.
So, Will, you know the tape will probably be useless, but the yelling at him will probably be funny.
Absolutely.
I see what you're saying.
But we could yell at him without the expense in the tapes.
And we could get some good tape.
Right.
I mean, Eric's saying he will read the questions at this point. So
but you know you can't believe a thing he says.
He even said that he can't read. Really?
Well, even that's funny. I can't read.
And he's not trustworthy either.
And he's stupid.
I am not stupid.
Well, we're going to do an IQ test to determine that.
You know, here's the bottom line. We let Eric do the red carpet. This is an option. Knowing full well that, A, we'll probably never even get him to the red carpet because something will go wrong.
Right, on the day of.
Right. B, he's going to become a pain as soon as I agree to this. Like, Doug's not going to be able to tape it for Howard TV and all this.
Which is a question. Eric, are you willing to agree to all of the stipulations now?
Well, not the...
See.
No, I don't want... No, I understand you don't want cameras in your house.
Right. They could tape me at the event.
But what about in the car?
No, not that either.
Ethan.
What's the big deal about the car?
Right, and we don't have to buy you tires for your handicap van like you put in that email.
Oh, my God. I didn't even hear that.
Hey, what's new tires, oil change?
He's going to nickel and dime you for everything
Well, that's
that he
my point.
needs.
Let's agree to it, and then by tomorrow we'll be done with him anyway.
Did you pay complete attention to that? That was not me. I was saying that because that's what my dad says from every trip from here to L.A. using that van from this point on. Mileage money has to be included to cover upkeep on that van. It's his van that he makes payments for.
Oh.
See, it's just a whole mishigas
No,
with him.
you don't want to get started with
You
him.
want to get started retiring his car and then oil changes. And...
Eric, you realize we're doing you the favor. You're not doing us the favor, right?
I realize that.
So you have to give a little bit.
Yeah, but he's saying he has no money and that his dad makes him get
The
new
only
tires.
thing he gives us is aggravation.
That's it.
Howard, listen, in all fairness, I'd be willing to give him a small stipend to make the trip, to cover gas and stuff, but I'm not putting tires on the van.
Right.
He's going to want a new paint
Do we
job on
do we
the
need to
thing.
redecorate your house?
No,
I would like a hot tub.
And what's the explanation for in your email? Okay, so you need tires, and then at one point you're like, just buy me something off my Amazon list.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was
the
his-
camera.
He wants a camera, a tripod, and everything so that he can tape himself in his car. And any idiot knows he has an Amazon list of things that he needs, including a camera. He's so obnoxious.
This is just a
And
shakedown.
why would we want you to tape it when we have a full, we would have a professional crew person tape it in the car and we'd get the right sound and the right picture.
Right. You're not going to be able to tape it the proper way. Right, Dougie? He can't tape.
No, absolutely not. But I'm tempted to let him try, and he also wants to edit it. I'd love to see what that looks like.
Oh, my God.
Guys, you're going to end up with nothing.
Exactly. I know. My gut is telling me to just bail on this whole thing.
Bail on it?
Because once I...
Let's take a vote of the people. All right. Doug, you vote no. No, Eric the Midget? Even though you know he'll
I know.
he'll lie.
I'm with Will on one. It's
I mean,
like 50-50.
I'm saying we go in. This is your option. We go into it knowing Eric
It'll
is
be
going to.
totally screwed.
Eric is lying now. Eric just wants to get to the red carpet. Eric will not ask the
He wants
questions
to
we
meet
told him.
celebrities.
He's going
Right.
to start everything with like, "Hi, I'm Eric from the Howard Stern Show. I'm a big fan of yours. Can I ask you a crazy question?"
I really don't want to ask this, but...
What was your
Right.
favorite role?
Right.
He's not going to read the questions. He's going to go on his own agenda.
playing next? Her.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to, it's going to be,
his own question.
but is the funny?
No.
All right. So, Fred, you vote Eric
don't
no.
know.
Absolutely
All right,
not.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
around
I'll
the
tell you
room.
one thing. If Eric thinks it's going to be a good interview, put up your money first. Little pitch, Eric, or whatever the your name is, and then we'll pay you if it's worth anything.
No, all right. Fred says no.
No.
That's a no. All right.
No.
Doug?
I have to say no.
All right. Gary, what do you vote?
For all the reasons you just said, and because he annoys me, I actually vote yes, because I think this will prove once and for all that he's incapable of following any directions, and then he leaves us alone.
Right.
So we're taking
Leave
no.
us
we're
alone.
taking
Right.
knowing that he's coming back with nothing, but then every time he calls,
I
I
mean,
can
how
say,
funny it'll be. We're having this
Oh.
discussion, and he's going to come back from the Emmys with nothing.
right. But I think it's great.
But why waste the
There's
money?
no way he's going to be able to do it.
Because you know what, Fred? It's
He's a
not
fuck up.
It's not what he doesn't get there. It's the whole experience. The trip, I can't bring it get there. It's the whole experience. The trip, I can't bring a camera.
But we know
I
the
got
answer
we're gonna get
already.
phone calls in the middle of the night
But
because
it's going to
credit
be
card doesn't
He
work.
actually is trying to convince us that he's going to carry this on.
And we're giving him a free trip.
But we all know
He's
it's
using
to
us
the
for a trip.
contrary.
He's
All
using
right.
it for a
Gary
trip.
votes yes.
I do.
Robin, your vote, please. We know he's lying. We know he's incapable.
And
I'm
we'll...
not lying. I watched.
Oh, stop it.
When have you ever told the
I've
truth?
seen correspondents do, this for Jimmy Kimmel, Lopez Tonight, and I really want to do this.
That's Johnny convincing you.
Right.
No,
You
it's
didn't
not.
think of that on your own.
He's like Sal.
Stop
He,
it.
he doesn't know he's a racist till somebody tells him.
Right.
All right. Robin,
I'd
yes
say
or no?
yes.
You say yes. Wow.
Jesus.
That's a shock. All right, so far we have 2 no's and 2 yes. I'm going to put Will down as a yes. All right, Benji, you get a vote. Go ahead. Yes or no on Eric?
Definitely yes.
Why?
I believe in him, and I think he'll do a good job. Not for the reasons you're saying. I think he'll do a good job.
All right.
And if I'm not or if I'm not capable of taking direction, how did I do it on a TV show.
Because you didn't have to ask celebrities hard questions.
By the way, that show hasn't aired yet. Who knows what you did?
Yeah. Right. I heard they were,
You could have been a paperweight for all we know.
All right. Let me get some more.
Way with yourself, Olivier?
Jason, you want to vote?
And John Hine.
Jason, John Hine.
JD.
And Scott DePace because of his high IQ. Scott, while you're sitting there, what do you vote?
I definitely vote no.
Why? You're the smartest guy. Why?
Even if he does it, he probably, it won't even get the words out. It's
just going to be pathetic.
All right, that's a no from a very intelligent guy.
Scott, go try to sell your video caddy or whatever it is.
Jason Kaplan.
I'm going with a no. I don't think it's worth it. I think we get to yell at Eric all the time for free anyway.
Right.
And listen, he's not going to care if he screws it up for us. He's just going to see it as, hey, I went to the Emmys and had a great time, and screw Howard. And
he's getting to see Kimmel and the other shows.
He's going to leave us holding an empty bag.
You're basically paying for his fun day in L.A.
All right, John Hine.
I think either way it's going to end up as a no. If you say yes, he'll screw it up. But my vote would be no, because I don't think Eric has been thankful enough for the opportunities had in the past. And a lot of times he changes his mind, and I don't know if he could help himself, but work in his own stuff if he actually did it. So, unfortunately, Eric, I'm going to have to give you a no vote.
All right, well said. And the final two votes from Richard and Sal. Richard and Sal come in, and JD gets a vote as well.
JD, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Will has
something to say.
make.
What if Eric were to agree to some punishment if he doesn't?
He won't.
Like if he has to fly.
He'll agree and he'll lie.
With that either.
Like he always does.
Right. All right. JD, what do you vote?
I say no. I'm tired of his. So he needs to learn a lesson.
And you also don't want to go through that bad tape. I know you.
Well, listen,
what if the guy, Benji seems to feel Eric will go out there and home run and ask all the questions, and he will be a phenomenon.
There's no way that can happen. Eric explained to us yesterday he can't read off a paper.
And by the time he's already insulting the
Robin,
question.
you voted yes.
But I'm voting for the debacle to be aired.
And by the time he finishes a couple words out of the sentence, the celebrity will be done with them and walk away.
Hey, Eric.
Yes.
You're totally cool with some of the questions will be offensive, and you'll read them straight.
Yes.
No, I don't believe him.
He can't.
I guarantee you he can't.
I say no.
All right. Finally, Richard and Sal, the final votes, and then I will vote, and then I'll add up the votes. There's been a very late swing in no's.
Oh.
I don't hold out much hope for Eric. I am going to vote yes that we send him, because I think it'll be hysterical when he comes back.
I wish you hadn't said that, because now Sal's going to vote with you.
No, he's not even listening.
Where is Sal? Where's Richard?
Quickly, Sal and Richard.
Get in here.
Sal, Richard, you have the what is this? Why can't I get a hold of those two morons?
Richard's on his way, and Sal's not here today.
Oh, Sal's not?
All right, Sal's not here. Okay, you can vote for both of you, since you vote in a block.
No, I say no for
no. All right, that's 2 no's.
Richard, stop.
What does that say?
What am I supposed to do? I'm just trying to look healthy.
You look like an empty sack at this point.
I don't know. I think he looks better to me.
Yeah,
things are beginning to start hanging.
At least he's healthy.
Yeah, well,
I was thinking.
I don't know if that's a healthy look, because I think what he's doing is drinking and not eating.
All right, here we go. Here's the final tally: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'll count 1. I'll count that as 1.
What?
Richard's vote. Okay. I'm not going to, All right, so it's 7 no's. 1, 2, 3, 4 yeses.
Oh.
Eric, it's not happening. I tried. Eric?
I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, I voted yes.
I voted yes.
Thank you, Robin.
Yep. Gary even voted yes.
Yeah, thank you, Gary.
And Benji voted yes. That's it.
Thank you, Benji.
Oh, well.
Yeah. You had a good thing. You blew it.
You got to jump on opportunity. It only knocks once, they say.
Right. All right. Well, thank you anyway, though. Thanks for the offer. And maybe another time.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I quite frankly was reading a list of replacements for Eric.
Yeah.
And, some of those names were very funny.
Go, yeah, listen, there's no shortage of people to do this.
And I don't think Eric would be nearly that funny.
Eric will.
That's what he'll do.
Oh, I won't.
He will. Eric, I know you better than you know you. You're going to get on that red carpet. You're going to have a change of heart.
You're going to choke.
Yeah. And you're going to ask your unfunny questions.
Right. I've had change of heart. I want to do it.
Yeah. Well, I took a vote. I thought people would go for it. You know.
And by the way, it's not lying. It's changing of the mind.
Right.
Yeah, but you could change your mind at the red carpet, and then we're screwed.
I would not do that.
Well, you don't have to convince us. We were for sending you. You know, it's guys like Fred who don't want you.
Yeah, I'm not delusional.
Neither am I.
All right, thank you.
See, if you acted like this at the red carpet, then maybe you could go.
Right.
But I know you won't.
With us.
Because you lose your balls when you stand in front of celebrities.
All right. Hey, thanks, Eric. I can't spend any more time on this, but thank you for asking. Bye-bye. All right.
So I guess, we didn't check to see if he's actually going to get in the bee costume for Beezus.
That's up to him. I have nothing
No, he
to do
said
with
he wasn't going to turn down any more opportunities. So.
That he's turning down, I get a feeling. Wheels, go ahead.
Man, I can imagine him and Frado plotting every day on the phone. Anyway, I mean, seriously, mind meld of two idiots.
The dirty details of Eric the Midget's purported promotion deal with online penny auction site Beezid. The alleged contract stipulates Eric and roommate Jan not only must wear Beezid clothing, costuming, or apparel, but if someone approaches Eric or Jan at a public event, they must respond with a buzz sound. And a Beezid logo and flag must be attached to Eric's wheelchair.
Wow. Well, that's a very, very heavy contract. Eric claims he didn't understand.
Now, speaking of red carpets, Gary, because, I'll try a segue there. Eric the Midget, with Letterman, Mr. T. Come on, Will, don't give me that look.
Eric the actor.
Eric the actor, I should call him, because, now he's trying to get on the red carpet for the Emmys. He said at first he agreed that he would do what was asked. Then the other day he said he cannot do what was asked for a bunch of different reasons. One, but the primary one being he's worried about ruining any future relationships he may make in the business. And today he called in and all of a sudden he said he doesn't want to pass up the opportunity. He wants to be on that red carpet. And everyone was kind of on the fence about it, and Howard brought it to a vote, and I believe it was 7-4 no, but Will, you were one of the main proponents of putting Eric out on the red carpet because I guess you think no matter what happens, it's a win.
I agree. I mean, that's exactly what it was. It's a numbers game. You look at it, usually when people go and do these red carpet interviews, it's maybe a 50-50 chance that we come back with something good, and that might be a little optimistic. So with Eric, you're going to get something that's worth playing. Even if he does his own questions. When he was reading his own questions on the air the other day, I mean, they were funny. It's funny just to yell at the little guy. So I think it's definitely a win-win for us, and better than any other option we have.
But with all the demands he makes, does he even get to the red carpet?
I think he gets there.
Yeah, and I think at this point he's starting to realize, well, I really want to do this, so maybe I have to play by their rules.
If he had to take a plane and stuff, but Sacramento to L.A. was 4 hours, 5 hours. Right. I mean, I think he can pull that one off.
What did you vote, Gary, and why?
I voted yes. Because I want to watch him crash and burn, so I don't have to take a shit. My feeling was send him, let him hang himself, give him enough rope, let him hang himself, and then every time he busts my balls on the air, I could say, you can't be trusted to do anything. And if he proves me wrong, awesome. I got great tape.
Yeah, I sided with Fred. I said no because I just don't think he's grateful for anything. This is yet another opportunity that he's just, it's got to have it his way.
But that's why he's great, because he's not grateful for anything, and he's so genuine about it.
Understood. And I said, even if you say yes, it's going to end up being a no because of what we just talked about. But it seemed like the person most adamantly against it was Doug Goodstein. Like
because it's costing Doug money. You know what I mean? In other words, Doug's hiring a crew for the red carpet, and then he was going to hire a crew to go with Eric from his house to the event. So if Eric, any of that, it's hotel rooms, it's people you have to pay for the day. Like if Eric doesn't show up, he's got to pay a video guy and a sound guy for the whole day, which is probably like a couple $1,000. If he sends somebody to go travel with Eric to make the trip to L.A., he's got to pay a guy, get him up to Sacramento, put him up in a hotel room. So Doug told me off the air, he goes, I just know he's going to cost me money to no end.
Now, if you missed it, here's a little bit of Eric agreeing or offering himself up for the red carpet.
I definitely I do not want any opportunities to pass me by from this point on. So I agree to do the red carpet event as is with questions and all.
Will says to me, we have to have him do it because you know he'll and it'll be the funniest thing ever.
See, I don't think he'll funny.
See, but you know, here's the thing with him. You know how like when you listen to Sal comes on the wrap-up show and he goes, white women shouldn't drink because they end up with black guys. Then he comes back the next day and he goes, apparently I was wrong. He doesn't know he was wrong. Somebody told him he was wrong. That's what I get out of Eric. Eric hasn't had a change of heart. Someone has explained to him to have a change of heart, but he's still not on board.
Will he ever get on board fully?
I think, again, being out there, I've sent a lot of people out there to do those interviews. I've done it myself. It ain't easy standing up in a crowd and being in the crowd, especially when you're on the red carpet. Everybody wants to make nice. Nobody wants to piss anybody off. If you're the idiot that pisses somebody off, then the celebrity moves ahead quickly and you for everybody. So there's a lot of pressure doing that. And if people start yelling at him, first of all, you start yelling at a guy in a wheelchair, you probably go to hell anyway. But if you start yelling at him, I don't know that he'll cave.
But since he's such a fan of the celebrities, will he be able to ask the tough questions, or will he distance himself from it? How do you think he'll handle it?
I think you started to say it during the show today. It's going to be a lot of, listen, I didn't write this question. I work for the Howard Stern show. They make me ask this. That. And by the time you get to that setup, the question's not funny anymore.
And he can't read off the paper, he was saying?
He just can't read.
Well, he said he has difficulty, remembering what the question is or reading, and then, multitasking, I guess, is the basic problem.
We should just make every question.
And simple math.
Yeah, what's 9 times 7 should be every question to every celebrity.
Jim in Carolina, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, hey, guys. Man, I hope Howard, changes his mind again and lets Eric do these interviews because that's really can't-miss radio. You can't lose either way, whatever happens.
I agree. I'm on that bandwagon. Now, Sal, Richard voted for Sal. But Sal wasn't here today. So Sal came in tomorrow and said, no, that's not my vote. That would make it 6-5. Then all Eric would have to do is convince one person to sway their vote, and Eric wins 6-5, and then he can go.
No,
well, I think
because 7-4.
It would be 7-5.
Oh, I thought it was 7-4 with the two votes.
But Eric could sway people. You never know, one way or the other. What are you going to say, Shul?
Well, I've had my run-ins with Eric in the past, and we haven't always gotten along. But I really, call me an idiot, but I really think he wants to be in entertainment so bad. He wants to be acknowledged somehow in the worst way. And he even brought up to me about, I was thinking about it. He said, and Stuttering John going out and asking these questions and didn't hurt him any. He landed a pretty good gig and made some good money afterwards. And, I think you have a point, Gary, with sometimes he has to be told that he did something wrong or that he screwed something up. But I agree with this caller. It's a win-win for us. So we pay for a hotel room, so what? The content you get out of that is, it's gold.
And you know what's going to happen? It's going to have long-lasting repercussions, meaning Eric will blame us in 3 years for not getting work because he insulted the fifth lead in One Tree Hill.
Well, when I first talked to him yesterday, his take was, originally he said, I don't want to do it because I don't want to screw up any possible acting gigs. So I said, Eric, how long have you been calling into the show? He said, close to 8 years. I said, how many acting gigs have you gotten in 8 years? He said, 2.
Right.
I said, I don't think you have too much to worry about,
And we were responsible for both of them.
Absolutely, which is what I told him.
And by the way, the line of the day, once again, goes to Mr. Fred Norris when we talked about, what was he on Fringe? Fred goes, we haven't seen it yet, for all we know you were a paperweight.
Fred gets so angry with Eric. He lights up.
And then Eric left me all these angry messages because I said, hey, if Eric's listening, you'll call into the wrap-up show. And he left me a voicemail about what a moron I am, how I'm so stupid. I must have cheated on the IQ test because he has to sleep. Why would he be up during the wrap-up show? And I'm like, well, why would you be up for anything? You don't do anything. He's the busiest unemployed person I've ever met.
Mike in Philly, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys, I got a couple things. I wouldn't let Eric the Midget do anything. Like Gary just said, you know how he's going to be a lot of, like, well, I didn't answer, this isn't my question. I think he'll push out unless you guys tell him. Make sure he has to say, I'm from the Howard Stern Show, not I'm from Sirius Satellite Radio.
No, you want him to say he's from Sirius Satellite Radio, not the Howard Stern Show, because then once you hear Howard Stern, in people's minds, they go, oh, it's Howard. And then they know something weird's coming. The whole point is for wacky questions to come from the odd guy in the wheelchair.
Right, and we've, as a show, that's never happened. Like, you guys never sent a handicapped person out to really ask questions. I'm dying to see what celebrity would be big enough to, like, yell at him or scold him. I think, if he does pull him off, they're not going anywhere.
If he does it right, someone will tip him over.
I agree.
A lot of people wrote in, they think Eric the Midget would be outrageous on the red carpet, that I should reconsider, send him anyway. Who cares?
He's never going to make it to the red carpet.
They want this thing to be carried out. And then there are more people saying, what the hell is wrong with you? How can you keep putting this no-talent, retarded midget on the air? I'd rather listen to Marianne from Brooklyn read Shakespeare for 5 hours than listen to 5 minutes of this flap whine about his sorry life.
No.
This one says, stop with Eric. He's a bore. Won't do what you want. And in the end, you won't have any red carpet tape, which is, which is what we want as listeners. And people say, Eric, then it goes the opposite way. Eric the Midget would be amazing on the red carpet. The stories alone would be more than worth sending him. And, that was my feeling, too.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, Eric, you're on the air. Say good morning to everyone, Eric.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, the fake Joe Pesci. Howard, Time Magazine came out with the 100 people who have changed the world, and because I see Oprah Winfrey alongside of, like, a Jesus, a picture of Jesus. Do you think that you should be alongside Oprah Winfrey?
Oh, this guy's so ponderous. What is he talking about? I don't know. I'm zoning out.
He's zoning out when he me a little half fag.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
I don't know.
What do you need to be heard?
I mean, my God.
Unless you go write a poem or something. Go do a talent show.
He's so smart.
Little fag. Hey, he's real intelligent. Little Yale fag.
Eric the Midget, you're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was calling in. I know I got voted down to do the red carpet event yesterday, but I was hoping maybe there...
Eric, listen to me. Listen to me. You've even written on your website that there's no way you're going to go there and ask our stupid questions. I read it.
This was after saying he would?
Yeah.
Eric,
you don't want to. You just wanted a freebie to the red carpet.
You're going to lie to us to get there and then do whatever you want.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
you know what I mean. I got to get this done. It's something important for my show. I know you have your own agenda and everything, but why ruin my show?
This is why it's called a job. You have to do things you don't want.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really trust you, and I'm not making a bit out of it or a joke. I'm saying it as a human. I know you want to go, but I really need this job done. I need the celebrities to hear from us and hear our questions. I really do. I mean, and it's going to mess me up.
You have to go there as our representative, not as Eric.
And by the way, Eric, it's so difficult to ask celebrities uncomfortable questions. It ain't a walk in the park. And I don't think you're up for the job, and it's not an insult. It's just the way it is. And I think you're going to screw me over.
Out of anyone that you could choose, why the hell aren't you going to choose me?
Okay.
I watch a ton of TV.
I'll repeat myself.
I know.
I won't choose you because I think you're lying to me.
I know who these celebrities are better than anyone that you could.
Yeah, but you don't get the essential element of this. I need our questions asked, not your questions.
You're going to be all starstruck and just want to say hello.
I'm telling you.
Somebody on Facebook came up with a good idea. What if I first them to reel them in with other questions, then out of left field them with one of your questions?
Yeah, well, my questions are crafted that way. Some of them are very, very...
He'll take 15 minutes to get out one question. He'll never get to our question.
Yeah, hey, look, I got a big celebrity here, Joe Pesci. I mean, ask him an offensive question.
Jim Brewer.
No, it isn't. Are you out of your mind?
Jim Brewer's a pain in my balls. Every time I want to escape, that kid brings me right back. He brought me in his butt. He's a pain in my balls, that kid. He's a good kid.
How dare you?
He looks like he's high all the time, though.
Eric proving how smart he is.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
That's not part of the IQ test.
I can't even.
Is he a real listener?
Yeah, he's a real
He's
listener.
real.
He's a real
He's
listener.
real
I don't
as
even
they
know.
get.
Yeah, who knows who he is?
What does he do? What's going on with this guy?
I'm real. You're not.
Whoa. You
I'm
coming at me now?
I'm sorry.
Who's this guy? Eric? What are you coming at? Why is people coming at me for?
Even the questions that we craft are not all of them are outrageous questions. We do have some softball questions, but I don't want your questions at all. And I know what I want. I want a guy to go there and ask my questions, and you're not going to do it. And I understand why.
Some of my questions would even kind of be in the ballpark of what.
No, they're not.
What? Name one.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I know his questions. Like if he saw.
What's your next movie?
Yeah, right. Oh, what?
No. No.
Is there going to be a sequel?
Season
begin. Fred, will you shut the and let me speak, asswipe?
Oh, this guy's got problems.
Yeah. He's got real problems.
Give me one of your outrageous questions.
Yeah,
Go ahead, human doorstop.
Go ahead. Interview Robin. Ask her a question.
Well, okay. An example is if Christina Hendricks from Mad Men came up to me.
Go ahead.
It's a really extremely hot redhead with big natural breasts. I would ask her, would you ever consider doing Playboy, showing just your breasts? You don't have to go. That is
Well, that isn't bad. That isn't bad.
That isn't great.
It's not great, but that's a good opening question. But then he'd have to get to our question.
He'd have to say, if he said, can I Bronski you, that would be...
Well, yeah, that's the
Can I climb inside your womb?
I think he thinks that is the crazy question.
Climb inside your womb.
I think he thinks that is the crazy question.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He thinks that's crazy.
And he's going to think he's going to get away with it.
Eric, I think that's the warm-up question.
And then another thing I could ask is to someone like her or someone else, if you found a movie script, a really good script, you liked the part and everything, but then you eventually found out there's a scene, would you still take it?
Well, that's good for a warm-up.
Warm-up.
One warm-up, and then you got to get into the good stuff. See?
Yeah,
that's where I'm
going to give
nervous.
you those watered-down questions.
And people are walking away already. They don't have time for
Right.
Eric and his half-hour-long question.
Right, that's the other thing. You only get like a minute with them. Eric, it'll be a disaster.
You can't do this. It's too strenuous.
It'll
for
be
you.
uncomfortable for you. We won't get what we want. It's going to be...
Where's Shuley?
Where is Shuley?
What's he got to do with it? Either?
How is he involved in this?
Because I did an interview with him yesterday about this.
Yeah, I tell you, if you said to me, listen, Howard, whatever you put on the sheet of paper, I'm reading, and that's what I'm going to do, that'd be all right with me. But
I'm also thinking of the physical demands. Like people have to be aggressive. They have to really get their questions in there.
Well, you know what? He wouldn't have to be aggressive because he looks, and don't take this the
You're
wrong way.
thinking that people will walk over.
Yeah, people are going to have to, they can't ignore him or else they're, you're going to be people who aren't into the handicapped, and then they'll be branded with that.
Right.
No, everyone will walk over to him. There's no question.
But they don't have unlimited amounts of time for
Right.
him to give them 50 softball questions.
Well, once he sees a nutnik, they're going to walk away. What is it, Shuley? Why is he calling you into this room?
Well, I talked to him this whole week about this thing.
Right.
And yesterday I interviewed him. And, Will brought up an interesting point where, you guys lay out the game plan for him. If he deviates from that, then there should be some sort of punishment for him for not doing the job.
Right.
So I figured the only punishment that's worth throwing out there is the flying with balloons, something we've wanted for a long time.
He's not going to do it. No.
Well, he agreed to it yesterday.
He'll agree to it, but he'll never show up.
Right.
Don't trust him. Shuley, you're falling into the Eric the Midget trap. I've fallen for it already. I'm an expert on Eric the Midget.
This guy's a midget?
Yeah.
A midget?
Yeah.
We're talking all
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're Joe Pesci, you're not much taller.
This guy's pretty funny.
Right.
Maybe we should put him on a carpet. Maybe he should be the new balloon guy. No, the kite. Little fly kite.
Fly kite.
Let's get a little midget fly. Put him on a red carpet with a big...
We wanted to fly him, but he didn't go for it.
We should fly him on the red carpet.
Fly him on a red carpet. That sounds good, Howard.
Yep. I like your idea.
So you don't buy into it, Howard?
I don't buy into it. I love Eric. You know, despite all the haters out there, I do love the guy. I find him amusing. But I do know this. If I send him to the red carpet, we're not... Is there a joke in the fact that Eric's going to totally... Yes. So if everyone wants to hear Eric this up and blow it, let's send him. But just know he's coming back.
He's going to come back with nothing usable.
We're going to sit there and listen to it and just talk about how bad he is. Because he's not going to ask the funny questions we write.
And we'll have blown an opportunity
That's
because
right.
How often do we get invited onto a red carpet?
Rarely. Never.
No, who's going to see the guy?
Right.
He'll walk right
But
past.
he's multiple handicaps. There's no... He looks like Jimmy Kimmel even said his hands are like plums. I mean, no one can walk by him and ignore him.
Right.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it.
He's that deformed.
A little bit of an eyesore.
Right.
You got to wear a hat.
Yeah. And so you have to stop. As a celebrity, Mr. Pesci, you know if you ignore
You
a
got to
guy...
sit and you think he's from some organization.
Right. If you ignore him, you know you'll be banned in Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't need some organization picking at me going, you ignored... What's the matter with you? I'm not going to go see a movie now.
So...
Poor Bessie, I feel bad for him.
That's my point. So there is a plus. They will come over to him. Will he ask them anything? No. He will. The interviews are going to be the most boring interviews you ever heard.
What movie?
It's
What movie?
It's a premiere with like an Emmy.
It's the
kind of
Emmy.
thing.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
He's going to mess it up.
What if to ensure that I don't, instead of hanging something over my head if I mess up, give me a reward to succeed?
What would be the reward that you're looking for now?
Something that you guys were going to set up for me for the last couple of years and still haven't.
What's that?
That's a one-on-one meeting with Brandy Tour.
Let me see something here. Now, maybe you're onto something. If you go on the red carpet, you like this guy, huh? Yeah. All right.
This is entertainment.
If you go to the red carpet and you succeed, and by succeed I mean ask our questions.
Right.
I have to set up an interview with Brandy Tallur for you, one-on-one. Can I make that happen? I don't even know who Brandy
Tallur.
I mean, I can't guarantee I can get that, but I would try. I mean, like in a real way, I'd say, hey, will you meet with
Well,
Eric?
can somebody make some phone calls today?
What is it, Will?
We can definitely make that happen.
You could?
Yeah, we've talked to her a bunch of times. And
So in other words, what would it be? Eric could fly and interview her somewhere?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what you're after?
Or here.
Right, I mean...
Well, I'm not sitting and listening to him interview Brandy Tallur for...
Oh, you mean have her on this show and have Eric be the interviewer?
I would just let him go interview her, and then we'll cut it up or something.
Yeah.
Because it'll be too boring.
Or make it a 1 hour show on 101. Him interviewing her.
Oh, my God. The Eric show with Brandy Tallur.
Okay, that I do.
Yeah.
Why don't you fly a kite and drop him over there on top of her? He can fall inside of her. Fall inside the car.
Right.
Eric the Midget, he's in a... Where'd she go? He's in there. He's in over there. We lost him. He's in a... car.
You think he'll fall in?
Oh, you're going to see the little balloon hanging out.
I was listening to some tape, so I didn't hear everything. But you're saying that if he does a good job, he gets a reward?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Why?
he proposed.
Because, listen, this kid...
I've never given a reward to anybody I've ever sent to this event.
Listen to me. It's a home run. Gary, you see a 121 IQ. Or once.
Yeah, I'm doubting that.
Listen to this. You take this guy. He's a midget. Nothing is better than midgets.
No
right?
more of midget. It's pure entertainment.
So,
Everyone loves a midget.
He goes, does the interviews. Now he's got incentive. He asks our questions. If he doesn't ask our questions, we're going to yell at him.
Brandy Tallur.
Yeah, we're going to play it on the air and yell at him. That's a home run show. It's a home run. If he wins, then he goes and interviews Brandy Tallur, and we air it as a special, an hour special on 101.
Everything you said is great. It makes me crazy how he manipulates us.
is he manipulating us or are we manipulating him?
I'm not sure.
I think it's a little of both.
It's a good question.
Thing is, we all end up with entertainment. This is what I'm saying.
Now, let me ask you a question. He goes to the red carpet.
Go ahead. Who even knows if he'll make it?
Hold it.
Right.
He asks the questions we want him to ask.
Right.
It's still a debacle because he can't really get to anybody. He can't get out the question because he can't read off a paper. You know, it's just a mess, and everybody just walks away from him after he asks the question. We get no good tape.
Right.
Does he still get Brandy Tallur?
No.
All right.
Right,
So
'cause he
he
sucks.
really has to succeed.
Who's the final judge of? If
I am the judge.
He made his best.
I'm
effort.
the judge.
Okay. I'm in.
If I feel he made his best effort, then fine, I'll do it.
I got $10. He's going to have an hour special, this kid.
Yeah, you're banking on it.
$10. He's going to have a little hour special. Who's going to pick
All
him
right,
up at the
Eric.
line?
You hooked me in.
So he's back in
He's back in.
with the Brandy
Big
Tallur.
mistake.
You think so?
Pride.
Yeah, you know what he's doing right now? I see it from a mile away. You in. He's going to convince you that he did a good job, even though he did.
Or he's
And
going
you
to
being
feel
a
bad.
good-hearted person are still going to give him the Brandy Tallur interview.
Right.
And he's going to get everything he wants, plus a new set of tires for that.
Right.
Where he
that-
probably uses to go out and pick up, something with.
For that, there's a way around that.
Oh, he thought this through.
Instead of paying what my dad wants, the mileage money for upkeep on the van, rent a van for Jan and I to take down to L.A. and bring back.
I don't know.
Eric, how about
He'll
you're
probably
getting an opportunity that no one else is going to give you?
It's
Figure
already
out,
a prize for you to be on the red carpet. meeting all these people.
You see, now it's already seeming like a headache.
Can't we get another midget instead? I mean, there's
A
gotta be
cooperative
tons of
midget?
midgets
I don't
out
think there is such a thing.
Hey, Eric, good morning. How are you?
Hey, Eric. Hi, Pitch Eric, everybody.
Why are you dealing with this little midget? Let me take a red carpet for you. I won't give you a problem.
You know, he is good, Eric.
Yeah, but who's walking up to Eric?
Nobody's talking.
That's the problem.
He smells too bad. You could smell the mile away.
Good point.
Eric, come on. Why are you giving Howard a hard time about doing a red carpet?
Hey, Mr. Pesci.
Is
Do you
this
know
a guy
any-
or a girl?
It's a guy.
It's a guy with no balls, probably.
Oh,
I have more balls than you because I'll do whatever Howard wants.
That's true.
But can Eric read?
Excuse me if I have a hard-headed Irish father that will not budge 1 inch on this mileage money.
Oh.
All right.
Hey, no offense. This guy's a pain in the balls.
Yeah, I mean, do you know any
It's a midget. If I'm a midget and someone said, "Hey, wait, you want to go on a red carpet?" I say, "Who's carrying me?" Go there, and I got to pay mileage. And give this guy a. What do you want? You want me to send you flowers? You want a class ticket? Jesus Christ! Don't. You're out of house, you prick. You're like where you might get a job. They might do a 3 for Christ's sake. You got an in job. This guy busting balls. I need gas mileage. You need a cut his body what you need. Get some big shoes or something. Here,
Do you know any cooperative midgets?
Cooperative midgets, for Christ's sake. This guy's a real bust in a hump right here, man. I don't know. He sounds a little shaky. He might fold on a questioning, Howard.
so don't have him, is what you're saying, right?
He might fold on a question. No, you
Right.
got entertainment. I got $10. This kid's gonna knock it out of the park either way, like you said.
All right.
Like his logic the other day, Howard, was he didn't want this to ruin his upcoming possible acting
Right.
roles.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, because all the acting roles he's got is from this show.
Right.
So I said, how long have you been calling into the show? He said, 8 years.
Right.
I said, how many acting roles have you got? 2. I said, I don't think you have much to worry about. Just
Right.
go for it. If you want to be in entertainment, here's a great way to get in.
What movie's he in?
He was in a show called Fringe.
Fringe?
An American Dream.
American James. What happened to Willy Wonka?
Hey, good morning, everybody. I know what you're saying. Is there anything exciting happening this morning in terms of an announcer? Well, listen to this. Listen to your announcer.
I'm George Takei.
See?
And during this time of crisis, I'm reminded of the Japanese phrase gaman, which means to endure with fortitude and dignity. And to that I add hitonomi en, which means I proudly swallow. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show.
And he does. Thank you, George.
Wow.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you all. My first visit with you all this year, the year 2011.
Is that right?
It is. This is the first time. It's been 4 months since I last saw you all.
You know, it's just been too long, my friend.
I've missed him, yes. I was wondering when you were going to get back in here.
Live long and prosper.
I am living long and prospering and getting up every morning at 4 a.m. for you all.
Doing any... by the way, George turned 70...
Not yet. Not yet.
When are you turning?
On April the 20th, I turned 74.
Unbelievable. Wow. You're in great shape. I saw you this morning in the hallway, and I said, man, this guy looks healthy and fit. I mean, you look good.
Well, I believe in the law of nature, and, you know, I'm a law-abiding guy. I just go by what...
but it does make you angry that you take such incredible care of yourself. I mean...
What is it? Why would it make him angry?
It's not
because
incredible.
His partner, Brad, is not thin.
Oh, that part. Well, I try to restrain myself because I was scolded by you last year.
No, but between us, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, when one person works so hard on their physique, I mean, you do. I mean, it ain't easy staying thin. I'm sure you watch what you eat. I'm sure you work out. And you do all of that.
I do all that.
You can.
Does Brad just lie around? Does he not try?
Well, you know, he used to be fantastic looking. I mean, he was an outstanding marathoner. But now when I'm doing my exercises in the morning, at least he walks with me in the morning.
He will walk.
He will walk. But he just is there at his computer while I'm doing my sit-ups and push-ups.
Doesn't that irritate you? I mean, you're doing sit-ups and push-ups, and he's like just sitting there at the computer. And you know something? I'm going to tell you. You know, Beth and I work out together. We go for runs and stuff like that.
That's fantastic. I really admire that.
And I like that because, like she even says, you know, I would have a hard time, she said, with you if you didn't take care of yourself, you know, and I think vice versa. You know, as much as I want to say it shouldn't be a big deal, you know, but it is. I mean, you do want someone to be reasonably fit, right?
Exactly. And, you know, it isn't really that hard. It becomes part of your daily routine,
well,
like
what
brushing
happened?
your teeth.
Brad was a marathoner.
Yep.
And what happened? He one day just quit?
He used to be a journalist, economics journalist, and that was a high-pressure job. And he smoked back then, too.
Oh.
And, you know, so he had all his bad habits from the journalistic world. And it eventually caught up with him. He became my manager, and he didn't have to have those pressures.
So when you guys are naked and you see him, he's pudgy, and you want to see him ripped.
Exactly.
At least thin.
I use a lot of imagination when I'm with...
Do you turn off the lights? Do you put the lights down low?
No, because I'm a visual as well as tactile guy.
Yeah, but do you ever go like, you know what, okay, Brad's a heavy guy, so what I'll do is I'll turn the lights down low, or maybe what I could do is just stare at a certain part of him so that I don't see how fat he is.
Well, I try to, you know, re-wrestle, as you know.
Right.
Yes.
And I search for the musculature. Did I say it right? Musculature?
Yeah.
When you say you search for the musculature, what does that involve? In other words, what do you do? I mean, what do you mean you search?
Squeezing him real tight.
To feel the muscles, to get through the fat to the muscle?
Right.
Oh, dear.
Hey, poor you.
Musculature. No, that's a good exercise.
How long did he stay good for? After, like, you were in a committed relationship with him?
We were together for about, it's gradual, but I noticed his getting a little bit pudgier after about 10 years.
After 10 years. That's usually, that's when it happens.
And how long have they been together now?
Oh. We've been together. We're 24 years now. Next year will be our silver anniversary.
Wow.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, would you... I know at this point in your life, I guess you couldn't imagine, but do you think you'd ever leave Brad because he's so out of shape?
No.
Do you think you're ever tempted to cheat?
I've been tempted many times.
Right.
But... when you really love someone, you think of hurting him.
Yeah, and don't you think that, like, I bet you when you go to, like, a Star Trek convention or something, and there's just some, good-looking gay dude there, I bet you, like, in a way, they would love to get you in bed because, you know, you're the prize over at those Star Trek conventions. Is that what you mostly get?
Trophy star.
Is that where you get? Yeah. Is that where you get proposition mostly on those cruises?
No, not just there. You know, there are
and these guys
innuendos handed to me.
And these guys
in
are
bars.
young. And these guys are young.
They're young.
Yeah.
What is the line? What do they say?
Hi, sugar tits. Oh, sugar tits. You are mine. You know what it is, though? I mean, they see you. You're an older guy. You're successful. They're looking for sugar daddy. And you're in good shape.
Well, that's always in the back of my mind, you know, the sugar daddy part.
Well, like I always say, there's nothing sadder than an old queen.
Exactly.
But, you know, you don't play that part of old queen. I mean, you're spry. You know what I mean? These guys could get into it.
But I want to know, like, what are the innuendos? What is the little thing they drop?
A load.
Tactile little things, you know.
Like they touch you.
Yes.
Ah.
And, you know, the juices start happening.
A lingering hand.
The electricity flows. What are you doing in these bars alone anyway?
No, we're together there.
Right.
But, you know, some of these guys are pretty...
forward.
Cheeky.
And they'll do it right in front of Brad.
No, not right in front.
Oh, he waits till he...
We're not like attached at the navels, you know.
I see.
We roam around, and boy, it's when
no one respects your marriage. It's terrible.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
We defend. You know, they call it in defense of marriage, that law.
Yes.
Well, we defend our marriage, and those people that are so-called married, they need to start defending theirs and not poking their nose
Never mind
into
that.
others.
Do you constantly say to the guys in the bar and stuff when they hit on you? Do you say, like, you know, are you constantly saying, I can't, I'm married? Like, do you find yourself saying that?
You know, it's not constant. You're creating an image where I'm being constantly promised.
He's barraged.
But when it has happened, do you just say, look, I'm married and I can't mess around with you?
I show them my Navajo ring.
Right. Look at my
Navajo. Brad's from Arizona, so that's why we got this Navajo artisan to design our ring.
Right.
Are they ever so bold as, like, to follow you to the men's room or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Squeeze that big penis. Wow. Well...
You do have to defend your
marriage. Let me tell you all, I am now working on a Nickelodeon show.
Yes.
It's called Super Ninjas. It's aimed at teenage males.
Oh, boy.
Perfect.
A whole new generation of fans.
Right.
And so this discussion we just had is all... Oh, well, we're on Sirius, aren't we?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, that's the point. I mean, that's what's so beautiful about Sirius.
Isn't it wonderful?
You can have an X-rated conversation and know that these young boys, these impressionable boys, aren't listening to it. I mean, you know, the parents have control over who can...
That's right.
You know, it's a pay service.
But ninjas are everywhere.
Yeah. So how's that going? How's the career going?
I'm having a lot of fun.
You do any Star Trek cruises recently?
No, because I've been working on this series since January.
How's the bedbug situation? Did you straighten it out?
Well, we arrived last night, and we slept in that bed, and I think the beagle did its job.
Yeah, good.
I'm not scratching at all.
Excellent.
No bites.
Thank God.
So you've had it checked out again by the dogs and everything?
No. We haven't had it checked out. I just am not scratching.
Good. Okay, so that's good. Maybe you killed a full of bed bugs. Also, a lot of people, I was kind of following this when Gilbert Gottfried made his comments about Japan. I know on Twitter you followed... Are you actually tweeting yourself, or is someone helping you with it? I mean, I know they're your thoughts, but do you actually physically take the phone and start to tweet?
No. I stockpile a lot of them. You know, the timely, topical ones I do immediately.
I have a feeling, now this is just my feeling from reading you, I think Brad is doing some of the tweeting.
Well, no, the content I put together.
Right. Some of it doesn't feel, if I can be honest, some of it doesn't feel like it's your words. It feels more like Brad's words. Am I getting warm on
this? Yes, you are.
Okay.
You are.
That's what I thought. Some of it is not George Takei.
No, the 99%.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
What does Brad write?
Because when you read George's tweets, I can't even give you an example because I don't sit and memorize these tweets. But sometimes I just know it's not George.
Okay.
I just
What
know.
is it that you smell?
I smell Brad and his balls. I mean, I smell Brad, and I knew
you have good nostrils, I must say.
I wasn't the only one to point this out. Other people
really?
have said to me, "We think some of these comments are Brad's comments, not George's." But I mean, because we know you. We know you from being on the show now, and we can smell out a rat, so to speak.
No, he's a mouse.
I heard I was getting yelled at on Twitter. I didn't tweet all weekend. I kind of forgot about it, honestly. I just was busy and not doing my thing. But I'll tell you, I don't know if you get this, George, but then when I go on there, I say, okay, well, since I haven't been on in a while, I'll tweet 5 or 6 or 7 things.
Yeah, right.
And I get yelled at for tweeting too much.
No, I got yelled at yesterday, yeah.
Stockpile them and dole them out in little dribs and drabs so that there's some consistency.
Yeah, but I actually just go on and
spontaneously.
I'll answer the fans' questions and things like that because I think it's kind of fun. But as soon as I do 7 in a row or 6 in a row, I begin to get yelled at.
Don't do them all in a row.
I see.
Why
is that?
Well, that way you cover more span of time.
But people want. I don't understand.
But it's also immediate, and it's a conversation that way.
Yeah, there are topical ones that you have to do immediately. Like when the series of calamities happened in Japan. You want to keep on top of that.
So were you mad at Gilbert for all his Japanese? They seem
we all know Gilbert, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a shtick, and that's Gilbert,
right?
Yeah,
I thought it was ludicrous that he got fired from his job with Affleck, considering the fact that when they hired him, he's been doing all that shit all along.
But you know what? Affleck, a good percentage of Affleck
75% of their business is in Japan. But so, I mean, they hired this guy knowing he's a lunatic and that he does really filthy material. I mean, ridiculous. He uses the N-word. With the Jews.
He's always offensive.
That's a shtick.
Right. So, and all of a sudden to say, well, over the Japanese tsunami and earthquake, we'll fire this
one
guy.
thing. I keep hearing tsunami, but do you see it printed? There's a T in front.
Tsunami.
It drives me up the wall.
You
every
want
time
us to
I
say
hear it.
tsunami?
Well, that's the word.
Yeah, let's hear you
and
say
there are some journalists that are saying tsunami.
Yeah.
Tsunami. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Let me hear you say it. Say it again.
Tsunami.
Tsunami.
Yeah, there's a T
Tsunami.
there. And I keep hearing,
Is that the
journalists
tragedy for you that people are not saying tsunami?
Well, that's a minor one,
Sure.
but it drives me up the wall when I hear tsunami.
Hey, by the way, I do want to wish Richard Christie a happy birthday. It was his birthday on Friday.
Happy birthday.
I heard, were you invited to Richard Christie's wedding?
We have been.
Are you going?
We are going to be able to because we're doing a workshop of allegiance at exactly that time. So it worked out wonderfully.
Someone told me Richard was going to ask you to marry him.
Oh,
did you hear that?
No.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
To officiate?
That was the buzz that I heard around here.
I have not heard that buzz.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
No.
I'd be happy to if...
You're not ordained, right? You
I'm a Buddhist. If he wants a Buddhist ceremony.
Richard, why do you have to bother George with... I notice a lot of people...
I hadn't heard this.
I got to tell you something. A lot of people around here bother the guests. Like, I heard a rumor that George was nudged by Steve Langford that his daughter is going to interview George for a school project.
Oh, she did.
Well, I love Steve. Don't get me wrong, but around here, can we just leave the fucking guests alone? I mean, honestly, George isn't going to be able to say no because he thinks it's going to affect his relationship with me.
But it's I don't feel like I'm a guest. I feel like I'm a member of the family.
Well, you are a guest. I hate to tell you, you're not a member. Of the family.
I'm shattered. Absolutely shattered.
You can't be a member of this family.
No, but I mean,
I feel so isolated now.
No, I just don't want the guests being nudged. I mean, I think it's really sweet that Steve Langford's daughter has a school project. But you want to know something? George isn't here for that, and he's not going to say no because Steve spent a week with George going back to his old haunts and doing a whole special with him.
Right.
So George feels
Not my old haunts. Well, we were imprisoned there.
Well, that's a haunt. That's haunting. Yeah, they went. They did a whole Japanese internment special and all of that.
No, they're not Japanese internment camps. They're U.S. internment camps for Japanese Americans.
Well, you know what I'm trying to get
when you say Japanese internment camp, you'd think the nation of Japan.
George, what I'm trying to say is, Steve did this whole special with you and spent a week with you.
Yes.
And what happens is on what fucking basis basis would Steve Langford bother this man?
Well, many
you wanna know
journalists
something?
asked me to do that.
I don't care. The guys who work for me should
No,
not.
he's not talking about you doing the special.
I'm talking about the daughter bothering.
Oh.
Listen, you're a sweet man.
I do that for a lot of people.
No, I know you do, but you don't have to do that here.
All right,
and I don't
thank
want you bothered and asked. You know, listen, I've got 3 daughters. I don't ask George Takei or any guest to sit there and do an interview with my daughters. My daughters are grown women now.
But they went to school and they had projects.
I would feel as if I was putting someone out. Sometimes I think just having George get up and doing our show is putting him out. So I would not ever think about doing this to this human being. And
Well,
I
what
don't know
about
why
the
people
fact-
like Steve doesn't know that
They have gone out to dinner, from what I
don't
understand.
care.
We have.
I don't care.
So you don't consider that now their personal relationship?
Listen, the only reason Steve knows George Takei is because of our show. And asking George to sit down with your daughter for a school project, you know what? Let his daughter go out and find somebody of interest in the community. She doesn't need to be a superstar and interview a guy from Star Trek. Now, give me a fucking break. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the reason that George is giggling is because he agrees. And
But
he's too
what about
kind to say it.
Richard and George also socialize.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, this was going to be something we were going to ask George over dinner, but Will, I guess, spilled the beans about it.
That's right.
But
really?
there's zero pressure. If we would be honored.
There's zero pressure for you. For him, there's pressure because he has to sit there and go,
Well, I feel comfortable with Richard to say I won't be able to do it because I'm here for a workshop and I'll be working on that all during, the 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, and that's totally fine.
Okay,
That's totally fine.
He shouldn't have to answer you. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you want George to do the wedding
Just because
ceremony?
Because it's fun.
Well, yeah, it's fun, and he's got a great voice, and we're very good friends with him.
I know. It's all fun and games. Get a friend of yours.
You had somebody fun at your wedding,
That's right.
Mark Consuelos.
And that's what's going on here. Mark Consuelos married us, and I know you want the same thing. But listen, calm down. The reason you know this man is because of the show. Okay?
But
don't sit there and go in your hillbilly way. Howard Deedy. Now I can do it.
But I owe a little bit
get
of
that conehead in Cambria to marry you. Your favorite
conehead
or whatever his fucking name is. What is it? Conehead and
Coheed in Cambria.
Coheed in Cambria. Get them to marry you.
Yeah. Maybe we will.
Yeah.
But I. In sort of a way, George is here because of me, too. I remember I pitched him at a meeting.
And you're only here because I'm insane, okay? So just remember that.
And I thank you for having me.
All right, now get out of here and leave everyone alone.
Okay.
All right, good. And go back and make phony phone calls. I haven't seen any new ones in a while. I want to see 3 a day.
We got a brand new one that you loved that you only played once.
It's true.
Yeah.
But that was last
And
week.
we got a new one we're editing for this
All
week,
right.
too.
Now
Should
you're
have it
talking.
by tomorrow.
Quickly
Okay.
go at it. You're wasting time. He's busy plotting that wedding ad.
Oh, I didn't know that there was such a plot about to be hatched.
Well, I heard that you're getting hit. You see what I mean? Richard asked for the wedding. Steve Langford's
asked for
daughter.
his
I mean,
daughter.
Steve is a nut to think that that this is an appropriate request.
When did he ask? Did he ask?
Where is he? Is he here?
Quite some time ago.
Where is Steve Langford? I want to
Was
yell
it
at him.
during the special or?
No, it was, I think he talked to Brad about a month ago.
You know, sometimes it's really great to let your kid go find someone on their own. That's sort of the project. Daddy doesn't have to step in and prove what a big superstar he is, delivering the guy from Star Trek. It's fucking annoying.
So he actually called Brad and made the request.
Right.
Wow.
It was scheduled.
Hello, this is Steve Langford from Howard 100 News. Brad, I know this is a terrible imposition, but, my son, my daughter...
I was happy to... I get a lot of those requests
happy.
from
I get
friends.
it. I get it. And you know what? They should leave you the fuck alone.
Yeah, well...
You know what? My email is filled with requests for everything from all my friends, my so-called friends.
Right. And you don't honor them.
A lot of them I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even respond. I can't respond to all
I get
the
a lot of
requests.
those, from total strangers over the internet.
And unfortunately, you've met the people here.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. I know because of my relationship, suddenly George is on the phone with Steve Langford's daughter. And don't think I don't know that. And I don't know why more people around here don't know that. It's just inappropriate. But what can I tell you? Steve's not here?
I'm a nice guy, you know.
Yeah, you're too nice. And I am too.
What?
Oh, he's on his way down. I know I'm going to get worked up. Keep me calm, Robin.
All right.
And you know how to
try.
do. And you know how to do it.
I think George
Well, you know, I
would be really good at keeping you calm.
Better you keep me calm.
Actually, I like to touch. I am tactile.
You know how you were telling me how you banged women and also men, and it's like I was reading the New York Times yesterday. There was an interview with a woman who she was with a woman a long-term relationship, 2 women. All of a sudden they break up. She decided to date guys, and now she's married to a man after a 15-year relationship with a woman. There's truly I used to think there's no such thing as bisexuality. Now I'm starting to think there is.
I think there is. I mean, you know, the human animal has a lot of senses. And
do you consider yourself bisexual?
I was, but now
You're gay.
I think I'm monosexual.
Yeah.
Just one sex. Brad.
You're Brad sexual.
Yeah. We've shared so much in common. You know, we've been together for 24 years, and that I value that.
Right.
It's something that's very precious to me.
But the thought of screwing a woman right now is kind of nauseating.
Or
right?
any other person.
Yeah. Where is my?
This, I think, is in and of itself a news story.
Yeah.
Langford will not come back.
Why?
You're kidding.
He refuses to come back.
Why?
He says this topic is off limits.
Why? Why is it off
I think
limits?
because it involves his kids. He said, like, your kids are off limits.
Wait a second.
his
I'm not talking
child.
about his kid. I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him arranging for an interview with a guest of mine.
I was surprised. Like, he gave me the hand. I'm like, Steve, you of all people? And he goes,
Steve
this is
knows
different.
it. Steve, this is not different. This is not talking about his daughter. I'm not talking about his daughter. I'm
You're
talking
about
him.
him making the request.
Right.
But I just went directly. He's sitting in his chair, and he's not coming in.
Interesting.
He's got to come in eventually. Because you got to do the news.
Yeah, send him in for headlines.
And George is here all week, so even if he's not coming in
You see,
today.
that logic, hiding behind the fact that he did it for his daughter and then saying, I'm not going to talk about my daughter, where I'm not talking about his daughter, is ludicrous. He's hiding because he doesn't want to hear my opinion on this. If he wants to be mature about it.
He did say point well taken. That's what he told me.
Oh, he did. Okay, so he gets it.
I think.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better to hear him say point well taken?
Yes.
Yes.
He can't come in and do that.
Point well taken. He should not be bothering. I don't care.
You know, I feel
substitute the
awkward.
word daughter for wife or whatever. I don't care who it is. Cousin,
neighbor.
Here I am in the middle
friend.
of all this, and it was a pleasure. I mean, he's got a charming little girl.
All right, you can. Okay, you're missing the point too.
No, I got it.
I'm
I
not
got
sure
it.
you're all there.
I'm just trying to defend.
It's two people who aren't all there.
I think it's really funny that Steve Langford won't talk about this.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody has said to him, Steve, I don't want to talk about something, we have to do the news.
This is a news
We
story.
have to do the news.
Howard, you should glare at him like he does to us when he.
Right? Yeah, you just stare at him. You're so right.
Howard, he'll be in a half an hour to do the news.
Did you? I know, and that's what I'll ask him about. I will confront him.
Don't ask, just glare.
Glare.
I'm sure you heard Howard's comments just now.
Absolutely.
Where do you stand? What's your defense in this?
Well, as I said to Gary just a moment ago, point well taken. Fine. Done deal. However, discussing people's daughters, young daughters, on the air, I don't think so.
But I don't think the issue is more so about your daughter or young daughter. As
Well,
it is.
that's what got raised.
Well, I think it's the
That's not
subject of asking George
What's
a
good
favor.
for the goose is good for the gander.
But it's just the concept of asking George a favor. I think Howard was more
Absolutely.
pointing to.
Point well taken.
Do you think so? You think he's right? You think that
No, I don't
perhaps
think
you.
he's right, but if that's the way he wants to do it, that's fine.
But why not come back and discuss that subject? Not so much.
Because there's a hypocrisy here about certain things that are off limits.
So are you saying certain things are off limits for Howard, but
Yes,
but
absolutely.
now that it's the tables have turned and it's your turn to go in?
Yeah.
So you basically more so have a problem with Howard would be unwilling to discuss something like this.
We would never, in a million years, raise those kind of subjects.
So are you worried that this might hurt your credibility this week? Do you think you might have a tough time with interviews, that people are going to now say, Steve, no, I won't talk, you didn't talk?
If you want to talk about somebody's young kids, we certainly don't cover that.
Okay, sir. I see you are unwavering on your stance.
No, listen, that's the way he wants to do it. It's fine. I understand. Absolutely.
But the same rules apply to you as well. Level playing field. It's the American way. Richard, is it frustrating or disappointing to you when Howard criticizes you using the show, so to speak?
No, I'm used to it by now. I'm used to the criticism. I've been here almost 7 years. It goes with the territory.
So why did you still decide to ask George, or why are you still planning?
Well, we weren't even for sure that's just somebody we had in mind that'd be, a great person to do it, because we're not doing a religious wedding, and we probably just have one of our friends do it. So I guess next in line will be Lisa or Greg Carmel, the cameraman.
I'm excellent. I'm actually ordained online. So
I am too. I'm a Dudist priest. I'm ordained at the Church of Lebowski, and I can actually marry people. So Sal and I are available to marry people now.
You abide?
The dude abides. We'll abide your wedding.
Good luck with that. Thank you,
Thank
Rick.
you.
All right. Any apprehension from your part in seeing, one of your best buddies get married? You don't seem to be too high on the subject of marriage and the concept of marriage these days.
Listen. Everybody's different. It's all peaks and valleys. That's the way marriage works. He's getting married. Right now, he's in that mode of peaches and cream. Everything's going to be fantastic. And you know what? I hope it stays that way for the rest of his life.
But do you see your friend headed towards a multi-car pileup right now?
Listen, if somebody's going to jump, you can only get so many cops to say don't do it. They're going to jump. That's it. I just hope that when he lands, it's going to be on something nice, soft, and cuddly for the rest of his life. I'm very happy for him, and I think Kristen's a phenomenal girl. So, and to me, Richard's already married. He's married to me. He's my wife. He's the wife I always wanted. So, I look at his marriage almost like as a roommate, and I'm the real husband, and he's my real wife.
She's just going to keep him warm at night. That's
as long as she makes him happy, and I know she will, because she's a great girl, and he'll make her happy.
You just know that every morning around 5 he returns to you.
Absolutely. He gets all cleaned up, relieved, whatever he needs to do is done, and he comes to me fresh, squeaky clean, and ready to roll. Smelling like a rose. Dipped in dog shit.
I tried on April Fool's, Robin. You thwarted me. But I tried on April Fool's to start an April Fool's joke where I was replacing Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men. It lasted all of 10 seconds. As Robin goes, oh, this is April Fool's. Fred
should have told.
Fred said to me over the weekend, he said, it would have been better if you had like Steve Langford come in and report that he heard a rumor about it.
Right,
and then I could have been somewhat
Would have
caught.
thrown everybody off track.
Meanwhile, how good an idea is that? I'd be terrific. If I do say so myself. I'm not taking over.
The thing is, people can't believe it because you're so needed here.
Yeah, believe me, I got news for you. I ain't doing anything. I do this show and I do Howard TV. God bless, and that's that.
Well, that's why I said it was a joke.
Yeah, people know that.
I told Robin I read a script that was pretty good, and they offered me this movie role, and I like doing that.
Oh, you should have.
No, I'm not going to do it. I've been thinking about it. I don't want to
do a movie.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Why?
Because, you know what? I'm not an actor. I do enjoy the process of being in a movie, but...
Well, you bring your personality. Most movie stars are that.
I don't know that I could do this role either because it involves me like getting into some... Not pornographic, but like a heavy sort of make-out petting scenes with this chick who's obviously a hot chick. It's a movie, and she plays a hot chick. And I'm just wondering, I think Beth would freak the fuck out.
Did you discuss it with her at all?
Yeah, I discussed it with her. She goes, all right.
What'd she say?
She goes, I know what I got to do.
Oh.
That was that. I mean, I said, but honey, it's
You're
a movie.
acting. You're acting.
She knows me. I ain't no actor.
There's no acting when you're kissing somebody. That's
she
a real
knows me.
kiss.
When I kiss, well, I got news for you. I don't know about. I mean, I don't know what in some of your movies. I don't know if you did anything romantic. Did you ever do a romantic scene in a movie?
I've kissed on screen. Yes.
Yeah, but those were girls. Do you ever kiss a dude in a movie? And I'll
Were you
bet you
really
what.
get excited?
I bet you if I were given that opportunity, I'd do it, and Brad would probably understand.
And yeah, he might understand, but you get a boner, you probably end up in the dressing room with this guy blowing you.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Bullshit.
I would not do that.
You know what? Sometimes things
I
happen.
am an actor.
Yeah.
I can create the illusion.
George, you've never actually had this happen to you.
That's right.
So how do you really know
All
how
I know
you would
is
react?
on Private Parts, I did a couple of scenes with Mary McCormick where there was no kissing involved in the script, no making out, no feeling up. I made out with her and felt her up anyway.
Every time?
Every time.
And you can see the surprise on her face.
On screen.
Yeah, you could see the look.
You're an actor. You were acting.
I was like, fuck that. I got a chance here to do something with a hot chick. Why not? Why shouldn't I do it?
Absolutely.
And I popped a real boner when I was in the bathtub with that naked girl, Melanie Good.
Yeah.
I popped an actual fucking boner.
Of course you would.
Yeah. So what am I going to tell you? I was all worked up.
But
so if he'd been kissing her,
but your soul
and he was
wasn't
in his
there.
underwear.
Well, my soul was there. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I'm an actor, but my penis is an actor.
Your penis is a real.
My penis is for real. My penis don't know I'm acting. No, I better left not doing it. You want to know something? The truth. I love that woman so much that I could do the movie and not think twice about it. But I don't know. She would probably freak out because you know what? I got news for you. If she took on a role something where she's making out with some dude, it would bother the shit out of me.
And you're not just kissing them once.
Right.
There's take after take and setups and reshoots.
And that's why it's not sexy.
Please.
You know what? On tomorrow's
with
show,
about 30 people watching you.
Tomorrow's show, I'm bringing in this guy. He's 25 years old.
Yeah.
He's going to do a love scene with you. You're both going to have your shirts off.
Bed.
It's a script. I'm going to give you the script. You'll read it. And then it'll cause for you both to take off your shirts. He's very muscular, this guy I have in mind for the part. And you're going to rub each other's chests and make out.
I will tell Brad tonight, and I will tell him I'm acting, and it will not be consummated. I am going to be acting, and yes, all right, bring it on. Bring him on.
Dick off. Anyway, it's going to be a great movie. It's George. It starts out, George is in an internment camp, but it's like Animal House. It's a fun internment camp, like Hogan's Heroes kind of thing.
Well, they're breaking out. It's like that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's World War II.
Break out together.
George is in Arizona. The guards love him, and one of the guards falls in love with George.
And it's hot there, so we take our shirts off.
That's right.
It's sweaty.
And then you have to wrestle.
You know what we have to do? We have to put a meter on George to see if he's acting or if this is real.
Well, as Howard said, I can be acting, but there's certain anatomical things that don't know that.
And Brad will tell you he's acting when he's on the phone to his attorney. So Charlie
Can I bring I was going to say Artie, Brad here?
Yes.
And have him be witness to it?
That's right. I want him to watch.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's great. In this one scene I want you to do, this is where you blow the guard to get a weekend pass from the camp. And you have to
I'm
really...
afraid he will not allow that.
No, he won't. The guy won't come. Just, just kiss it a few times. And then the guard goes, oh, you think you can blow me and get a secret pass? That's it for you. Then he ties you up naked and he sticks an eel in your ass.
This is the Howard Stern Show.
By the way, these two characters who haven't cracked a smile since they've been in here, they won the right to sit in and watch our show. They gave money to charity. You guys there?
Yes, sir.
I got to tell you something. You two are the two worst guys I've ever had sit in this studio watch me. Ever since you walked in, I've been waving to you. I've been smiling at you. And the two fucking guys stand there like you're FBI. What do you guys do for a living that you're so goddamn serious? What are you? Seriously, what?
I'm a contractor. I build houses.
Well, what are you so miserable about?
I'm not miserable.
You know, I'm a performer. When we see guys like you staring at us, you gotta get into it a little bit. What's the matter with you?
Well, I didn't mean to make you nervous.
Yeah, you're making me feel awful. And what's your job?
I co-founded 100 Contacts.
100 Contacts? What's that?
The thing where you call and you get your contacts sent to you.
Contact lenses. Oh, that's good. Now that's good. Who wants to go for their
That's a
contact
brilliant
lens?
idea. You must be incredibly wealthy.
No wonder you're staring at me like I'm from Mars. Just probably got those contacts in, that's all. Well, this is Craig and John, and you donated money, and you also got the right to sit at the Knick game with Fafa Fui last night and Fred Norris.
Wow.
Is that correct?
And the Knicks made it into the playoffs.
I know, that's
for
a miracle.
the first time in years.
That's a miracle. I'm so happy.
Since 2004.
What was it like sitting with Fafa Fui and Fred? Did they talk to you?
Absolutely.
They
were
did.
Fantastic.
You had
You
a
know
good time.
Fred talks.
Well, Fred's weird. Sometimes he doesn't talk, and then when he starts talking, he won't shut up. So you sat there, you talked to them, and you had a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are great interviewers.
Sorry.
I think they were
nervous?
enjoying themselves last night at the game.
Yeah, are you guys nervous or something?
I'm a little nervous.
You're a little nervous, okay. Because I never seen anybody with just a blank stare like you. I mean, seriously.
Is Fred implying that they might be hungover?
I saw one of the gentlemen. who shall remain nameless, but was imbibing quite freely with the beer.
Who was imbibing?
Mr. Contact. But he can do that. He's the CEO of the company.
After spending the night with Fred and Gary, Baba Buhai, if you could only be with one of them, who would you be with? Who is your favorite? And I'll go to Craig first.
I go with Fred.
Fred.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he didn't say much.
There you go.
Maybe Fred couldn't talk. Gary talks a lot. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Gary talks a lot.
he doesn't get it. He doesn't. He's like a woman, right?
Yeah, I
He's
was lucky because I was on the end, so he took the brunt of the talking.
And is it mostly like nonsense talk? Like
No, it was, just chatter.
Yeah, he knows about everything, right? He's
Oh, yeah.
This reminds me of the time. Did you know the Knicks did this? Yeah, my boy Lucas plays basketball too. It's always a constant dialogue, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather have Gary not been there and just gone with Fred?
No, I had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was a good game, too.
Yeah, it was a really good game.
John-
It's hard to watch the game and sit with those guys at the same time because it's a really loud, it's a sporting event.
Right.
And you want to see the game.
Right.
At the same time, you want to talk to those guys, but you can't really have a conversation. So.
Well, Gary should understand that. I mean, he's talking through the whole game, right?
Kinda.
What is he talking about?
Guy talk.
Guy talk.
Basketball.
I know you guys probably saw my pitch at Shea Stadium, but I gotta tell you, I do know a lot about sports. Did you read my book?
Absolutely.
You did? Did you know my father's name was Sally Fu? That was his nickname?
Sally Fu could have been a gangster, but he took the straight and narrow path.
John, did you agree that Gary would be the guy you wouldn't want to be? Like, you'd rather be with Fred?
No, they were both great.
They were both equally great?
Yes.
All right, well, very nice.
He's a diplomat.
When you got to the part of my book with the lists, did you enjoy it?
Oh, absolutely.
You did? Howard made fun of me. But I know it set a tone for the book.
I understand that you're from Utah. Now, which disc would you take back to Utah with you?
Wait, if it only was anything like that.
They said you didn't shut up.
No, he said I didn't shut up, and
That's
I didn't.
right.
I hardly talked to him the whole game. He was 2 seats away. Nobody could hear anything.
He says you didn't shut up.
No, John was sitting
What,
next
he's lying?
Yeah.
Not lying.
He didn't say a fucking word. Like talking to a fucking Mount Rushmore over
Because the
there.
guy wants to watch the game. He's a man.
I was talking to John, right?
Yes.
He was talking to John sitting next to me, and he had a lot of questions about the show, which I graciously answered.
Right.
We hardly got to talk, except when John got up to go to the bathroom.
He said you didn't shut up. I'm going with him.
You should go with him. You'll be bored to tears.
Thanks.
Craig and John. All right. Well, enjoy the show. And Anthony, what can I do for you?
Listen, man, I got a new question for Robin.
Dude.
And possibly George. Want to know when's the last time they got their asshole licked?
George, when's the last time you had your asshole licked?
Sunday.
Ooh. Well,
That's a
George
good
has
one.
had it sooner than me.
When's the last time you had that, Robin?
I can't remember.
Can't even remember. Was it really long ago?
Asshole licking?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen all the time.
You know what? I'm not much into that, but when Brad obviously
It
licks,
happens.
when Brad does that to you, do you feel obligated to lick his asshole?
No, not necessarily.
It's not quid pro quo.
I mean, it's spontaneous. It's happening while we're wrestling.
Oh, he's licking and wrestling and
How does he?
all at the
How
same
does he
time?
win the wrestling match? If I know you guys like to wrestle, but how does he win the wrestling match if you're busy licking his asshole? Or he's busy licking your asshole.
We don't stay at it. It just happens while
So his face ends up in your ass.
You know.
And then he starts licking your asshole.
It's just in passing.
Right.
It's a little sign of affection.
When you do that, though, that's a heavy taste. I mean, that's a thick...
No, we're clean.
Yeah, but I don't care how much you
they
clean.
shower first. You remember.
When he licks it, though, does he get in there and get the sphincter? Or,
No.
No.
What is,
What?
Just a swipe?
Yes.
Swipe. Swipe. I could use a swipe myself.
You guys had a good time in there today?
Yeah, it was fine.
You afraid you might have stepped on Gary a little bit, or is it?
No, yeah, he misunderstood it a little bit. All I was saying is I heard him and John talking the whole time. It wasn't anything big, but I could hear him. It was loud at the game, so I couldn't really contribute to the conversation at all.
But you don't feel slighted or that Gary was talking John's ear off and not yours?
No, not at all. It's John's gig. He sat next to Gary. I was on the other end.
So you expected to be sort of on the periphery?
Yeah, I was on the peripheral,
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
Now, did you guys envision talking with Howard on the air today, or were you expecting a more laid-back sit-in?
Well, typically when people come in for charity things, he talks to them a little bit, so I expected it.
You knew what to anticipate for this?
Yes.
Worth the auction, though? Worth everything, every penny and all that?
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. It was a great experience.
Yeah, it's fun.
We've been listening for so long that it's fantastic to meet everybody and see what happens up here.
I was going to ask you, how does it measure up to what you listen to actually see it in front of you for your own eyes?
Well, you just get a little better feel for how the show is run. It was a great experience.
Pretty surreal.
And all the Sibian things here.
Yeah, I mean, you're right here by all the attachments. That's pretty cool. You can see some of the greatest rides that have happened.
The OJ mask, Beetlejuice. It's
all of the staples.
It's great to see it finally.
Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by, guys.
Thank you.
Now I guess it's time to face Gary in the wrap-up show.
Oh, yeah. It's just a misunderstanding, right?
As most things are around here. You feel punched in the face by the way these guys
I think everybody, when they get in there, they want to be a jokester. I think he's just saying whatever he could say to get a rise out of Howard. He wasn't sitting next to me, and it was very loud, so it was difficult to speak at all. So I mostly spoke to John, and Fred hardly spoke to either one of them because that guy, Craig, was so far, he was 4 seats away. And, it's a weird thing when you go to something like this because it's a balance. Like, I could have not spoken to them at all, and they could have come in this morning and go, we paid $27,000 and Gary fucking ignored us. So I felt a little bit of an obligation to chat a little bit because they paid money to hang out with us.
Plus, they're asking you questions about the show.
Well, John was asking me a lot of questions about the show. That guy, Craig, he didn't really seem to know as much about the show. He's more of I think he came as a friend, so I don't think he's as big a fan.
But at the same time, you want to watch the game. You want to let them watch the game. So it's you're saying.
I don't think listen. There's a lot of downtimes, a lot of timeouts. I don't think I was interrupting during the game, and like I said, I didn't talk to him much at all because I didn't really have a clear shot at him. So when John got up to go to the bathroom twice. Again, I talked to him because it was weird. I felt like if I talked to Fred, like I was turning my back on the guy who paid money to be there. Listen, he could have come in, no matter what I did last night, he could have come in with an angle on it.
You feel they feel the need to shtick it up in front of Howard.
You know what? I got great seats to sit at the net game. I had a good time with Fred. I had a good time with the guys, and that's it.
Wheels, go ahead. You have the... I got to get to a commercial break. Kim Cattrall's going to stop by. I'll tell you how that happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she emailed me, said I have to get on right away. She's in some sort of movie that needs immediate fan attention.
She said, stop everything.
Yeah.
Let me on.
We said, well, we'll have you next week because, she's Kim Cattrall, Sex and the City. Want to hear?
Sure.
Said, we'll spend some time with you. We don't have time.
No.
She said, I got to get the fuck on your show because I need people to see this movie.
Make her ride the Sibian.
Yeah, I should have said to her, well, you got to ride the Sibian.
No conditions? You just let her on?
What am I going to tell you? So I said, we don't have a lot of time, but I'd be happy to let you come in and say hi to the audience and tell them.
Tell them about your movie.
Yeah, give them the pitch.
Hey, what's up, Kim?
Hey, it's early morning this morning.
I know, this is a rough schedule here.
I'm so excited.
Welcome. This is your first time.
Yeah, first time for everything, yes. Oh, a little donut.
Yes, this is Cupcake Wednesday.
Oh, God. Dangerous.
You
Very
picked a good day to
dangerous.
come in.
I did? Oh,
Yes,
always a good day.
Just this way.
The bunny room.
So Howard was saying earlier you have a new movie out.
I do. It's called Meet Monica Valor, and this is our director behind you. This is Keith Bearden.
Nobody wants to see me on camera, I'm sure. There's the star of the show.
He's behind the camera. This is a movie we did 3 years ago and made for absolutely nothing. And it was released, got great reviews in the New York Times. It was just about to start, breaking out as far as finding an audience, and they pulled the movie. So I didn't think that was right. I didn't feel that it had really had its due. So Keith and I decided that we were going to do a campaign to make this movie, bring it to an audience. So we begged. We got one theater, the Beekman Theater. It's going to be showing this weekend from the 29th to the 5th, and we hope everybody will come out and see it. It's a sweet, lovely movie. If you like movies like Harold and Maude or Little Miss Sunshine, you'll really like this movie. We didn't have any kind of budget to get it out there, so we're the movie. And it's right now the Tribeca Film Festival here in New York, where it was discovered last year, so it feels cyclical, so we're here to get the word out. Meet Monica Valor.
Well, this is a good place, Howard. Obviously,
Phew. Every cab I get into, anybody who serves me at a restaurant, it's just sort of we're like this two-band team. We're spreading the word. So we're just so thrilled that Howard has us on this morning to talk about it.
now, you've met Howard in your personal life, but you've
Yes,
obviously
I
never done
have.
the show before.
No, I'm really excited. I really am. I mean, he tells me that he's been a fan of my work since I started as an actress. So I'm excited to be in the room with him and Rob, and I'm a big Sirius radio fan. I live out, at the beach, not close to where Howard is. He's on the Ritzy area, but I run into a lot of parties where I see Howard. He never stays very long. He's out the door. Hello, goodbye. But when I have had those chance meetings, he has told me how much he's enjoyed my work. So we'll see what happens today.
Should be a good time this morning.
It'll be a good time, yes. I had a very long, varied career, so I'm sure he has a lot to ask me.
Cool. Well, good luck today and have fun with
Thank you.
Howard.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Kim Cattrall contacted me that she needed to get the word out.
Do you know her?
I do know Kim. I've met her a couple of times.
Oh, so that's how she contacted you.
Yeah, she's extremely attracted to me,
Is that right?
as most women are. Kim, come in and tell us.
Good morning.
Tell us about how attracted you are to me. And
Yes, before you sit down.
Yes.
you look good, baby.
Thank you. I thought for sure that I was going to sit in the tickle chair this morning.
Hey, you're going to get on the
We
Sibian.
can pull it out for you.
I bet
You look
can.
sexy today.
Thank you.
What's going on with you?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I have a cause.
Yeah, I know. We're going to get to your movie, but I'm just looking at you.
Maybe the sex comes from the inside, and she's always sexy.
Oh, God love you. God love you.
Those your real breasts?
Yeah, absolutely.
They are.
Absolutely.
You've never had implants.
Never desired to.
Are you
Never.
a C or a D?
No, I'm neither.
You're a B. Shocking.
Yes, I am.
Because
B
I
for
thi-
beautiful.
I'm looking at you now, and
and proud.
You know what's funny about you, Kim? I'm looking at you. You're a sex symbol, obviously.
Thank
But
you,
I'm
Howard.
looking at your chest, and I'm a man who knows something about bosoms. You appear to be a C or a D.
No,
And
no,
yet you
Howard.
fool the world.
Recently my mother came to visit me, who's in her 80s.
Right.
And I have a little jacuzzi in
Of course you do.
Yes, just a little one.
Right.
And I said, Mom, get in. And she said, No, I'm embarrassed. I said, No, go ahead. It's just you and me. And I saw my mother's breasts, and I have my mother's breasts, and they were sitting very high. So I thank my mother.
At 80?
At 82.
Wow.
And I have to say, if that I'm not frightened.
I like your hair like this. I like this shorter look.
Thank you.
It's attractive to me.
When Sex and the City 2 opened in Tokyo, I just cut it all off.
This is a good look for you.
Thank you.
I want you to keep your hair this length.
And yours as well.
Yeah.
Shorter too.
Shorter is better for me.
As you get older, shorter is better.
That's right.
Yes.
Believe me, I'm trying to find every trick in the book.
Well, he had a lot of hair. Yeah.
I had a lot to lose.
You did have a lot of hair.
Absolutely.
You did.
You know, when I think about you in Sex and the City, I think you wanted the same money as Sarah Jessica Parker. That's what held up the second movie.
That's not true.
It isn't true.
No, it's not.
Dispel that,
I never asked for what Sarah got because Sarah was a producer. I felt that what they were offering the three of us, without a script, without a start date, was not fair after us being in that show and being such an integral part, not just playing the parts, but we inspired so many of the storylines.
You played the parts well. The show was a huge hit, and you said, listen, if I'm ever going to make the big money, it's going to be in this movie. This is it.
Exactly. We didn't have what other actresses on regular television, we didn't have sponsors.
Right.
So, you know, there was no way we were ever going to make per episode what Jennifer Aniston, millions of dollars. Never.
I've always heard that HBO is infamously cheap in the sense that they will get, first of all, when they signed you guys up, no one knew it would be a hit. No one. So they get a hold of you, and you figure
it's cheap, real
they got you cheap,
which is fine. You know, we're willing to grow, but every year with HBO, as anyone will tell you, that negotiation, you get that fax that says if you don't report to work, you know, you will be in breach of contract because you're still trying to get something like a $2,000 raise.
Your initial contract was for 5 years.
No, any contract for a series is 5 years with an option for an additional year, and we did the 6 years.
I see. And so after you do the additional year, and maybe you go to them and say, okay, I want to renegotiate, or I want to...
Well, you go every year to renegotiate. That's just what you do on a series, because they have a cap on everything, but then the series, like Sex and the City, explodes. Everybody's making a lot of money, and you think, well, I'd like to make some money, too.
Can you go to someone like Sarah Jessica Parker and say, listen, we're sisters in this. We all contribute. This is why the show is successful. Let's go in together as a team and negotiate, or does she say, hey, fuck off. That's your problem. I've got a good deal.
That never happened. What happened was I really was the one who spoke up and said, and I think it's because I've been in the business 10 years longer than the other girls. I'm 10 years older. And I had been a leading lady, and I thought, you know, this is not fair. We all need to, at this point, making these movies, at the end of the series, I'm not set for life.
Right.
I want to be set for life. I've done my 18-hour days for 6 years. We all deserve this.
Right.
So I fought for it, and sadly, you know...
Should Sarah have fought for you more?
I wish she had have. Yes.
She wish she did.
I wish she did.
Did she say anything?
No, it was never discussed. But you know, that's part of some people's working thing. I respect that. They do their own deals. But no, it was
an ensemble piece, and clearly your character was very, very important to that show.
Well,
and to the films.
The good ending for this, the proper ending is that we did make the movie. I mean, when all these negotiations were going on, there was no script, and I thought, how do you take this little movie, this little TV show, half an hour, and make a movie out of it?
Were you threatened with hey, you know what? We'll just put in another Samantha, you know, if you don't sign up. Were you ever threatened with that?
I think they would probably have tried that, but I remember when we were making the movie, Michael Patrick King turned to me and he said, you know, I wasn't going to do this without you. And I said, Michael, you couldn't have done it without me.
Did this ruin any friendships? Did this negotiation ruin any friendships?
No, ultimately, especially after the second movie, it made friendships, actually. It went to sort of a deeper, better level for all of us. Yes.
Yeah, I was always shocked on, I mean, I love that show.
Thank you.
And I love the second movie. True, Robin?
Absolutely.
I thought it was terrific.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
I've said it a million times. I've been called gay for saying that.
Quite frankly, I thought the
You are not
political
gay.
statement of that movie was brilliant. You know, everybody's going to all of these Arab countries and saying, you know, oh, this is great. You can do whatever you want here. And it was like, let's get the hell out of here and go back to freedom.
I know, exactly. I mean, we couldn't film in the first two locations because we have the word sex in the title.
Do you think you got that role because in real life you are this wild sexual person or something?
No, I had done a film called Live Nude Girls, and I think from a very early age, films like Porky's and Police Academy and Mannequin, you know, for me as an actress, where I really live is in the theater, but you can't make a living in the theater.
No.
So, I mean, if you look at my resume, it's like two different actresses. One is like this theater career, which is very classical, and the other one is like these crazy movies that I was doing, but I was really paying my rent.
Right.
I didn't come from, I'm a blue-collar girl, you know. I didn't want to go back to waitressing and slinging hash. I wanted to continue, even, you know, in a movie that I felt, well, it's not exactly what I want to do, but it's going to pay my rent for the next 6 months.
Sure, no,
which
it's a
Porky's
business.
did.
Right.
Absolutely.
Porky's. What did you mean in your email to me? You wrote me an email and said, you're going to tell me something about the Porky's that I never knew.
Well, that was it, actually. That, you know, it came to me, Bob Clark took me to lunch, and I had done tribute with him with Jack Lemmon, which was nominated for Academy Awards. And then he said, I had this little movie which is going to change, you know, how people perceive you. And I went, yeah, right. And how is that? And then he sent it to me, and all my agents said, you can't do this movie. And I said, yeah, I can't do this movie, but I also can't pay my rent.
Right.
And I thought, you know, this movie will do well, and it'll probably do drive-ins. And I remember driving my car down Sunset Boulevard. I was living in L.A. very unhappily at the time, lonely, depressed. And I came across this huge mother-friggin' poster of Porky's, and the first name was my name. I was like,
And were you upset about that? Because you probably thought Porky's was probably a bullshit movie.
Nobody knew what it was. In some ways, it was way before its time.
It was a fantastic movie, and yet probably at the time you said, I'm a serious actress. I shouldn't be doing something called Porky's.
But, you know,
you probably thought it was the end of your career, Porky's.
People thought it was the end of my career. Yes.
Right.
They did.
Meanwhile, it's one of the things that you are known for and praised for.
Yes.
And you were part of groundbreaking movies.
But at the time, they thought it was a piece of bunk. I mean, they went on and on how this isn't, you know, compared with other films that were out at the time, like Animal House. They were saying, this is a frat boy movie. This is stupid.
Was it hard for you to get work after Porky's? Was it like, oh, she's in that shitty Porky's?
It was easy to get work like Porky's, like Police Academy, because you're associated with a hit. So then you go on this trail, and this other trail that you were on with movies like Tribute and Ticket to Heaven, where you're nominated for awards and you're going that direction. Suddenly Michelle Pfeiffer is taking all those roles, and I can't get near them.
Because you were in Porky's.
Because I was sexualized in that way.
Do you hate show business? Do you hate do you have regrets? Do you wish your career had gone differently?
No.
You're happy about everything.
I've been doing a lot of plays, and that's always, as I said before, where I live and my passion is. And I did a play with Sir Peter Hall, who founded the National Theatre and the Royal Shakespeare Theatre. And I turned to him and I said, you know, I studied at Lambda, and this was where I was going to be. And I've gone in this huge circle.
Where'd you grow up?
I am. I was born in Liverpool, England, and I grew up on Vancouver Island.
And were you this little kid who used to always go around acting and everything?
Absolutely. Every summer school. And then in 1968, we went back to Liverpool because my grandmother was very ill.
Right.
And I met a great aunt who was an elocution teacher. And that's when I started studying acting when I was 11. And I became sort of a protege. And I started
And
to
you were
work.
hot, which helps, because if you don't
not
have
at
the
11,
looks...
I wasn't. I was a chubby little girl.
But when did you start to blossom?
Well, I feel right now, actually, is when I'm really
come on.
blossoming.
When did you start to become the hot chick?
Well, it was actually after Porky's.
After Porky's?
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, well, for me, it was.
In high school, you weren't hot?
No, my sister was.
And you were not hot?
I remember in high school, Howard, I was like into the high jump.
Yeah.
And they used to put like these saw chips from the mill, because I grew up in Vancouver Island where there's a lot of sawmills and things. And they made this big mound that you could fall in when you cleared the bar. And they were clearing it, and they said, oh, this is Cherry Cottrell, which is my older sister, and they built a big mound. And I was behind this fence witnessing this, and they said, this is her sister Kim, and they flattened it.
For you?
For me.
So you weren't the hot chick? But
God, no.
When you went out to Hollywood, didn't every guy try to bang you incessantly?
No, I was very lonely in Los Angeles.
Really?
Yes, and to this day, it's difficult to get a date.
Difficult to get a date, but listen, you've dated plenty. Don't paint yourself a wallflower. You were married 3 times, right?
No, I've been married twice, and once annulled.
Once annulled.
Yes.
And the problem with these 3 marriages, to put it bluntly, is these guys didn't know how to fuck you.
No, well, you know what happened? I worked too much.
No. You were
no,
not
I'm telling you.
satisfied sexually.
No. I'm telling you, I work too much.
But
There's
why
no,
have
there's
you
no
said
time
you
for,
have been quoted as saying that the sex was bad?
No, I wrote a book, Howard,
That's
called
right.
Satisfaction: The Art of the Female Orgasm.
I remember.
It's a very good book. And in the book, it was quite naive of me at the time. I wrote this book to really distance myself from Samantha, to say,
Right.
this is my reality, and this is a character I play, but
Right.
this isn't what my experience has been. It has been, like many women, not fulfilling, really. So my first husband, was European. I was working a lot. It was very stressful. All kinds of personal, situations were involved. My second marriage was
Well, wait a
completely
second.
different.
And he couldn't give it to you good enough, the European?
It wasn't what you hope for.
You never had an orgasm
What
with him?
country was he from?
He was Polish, Jewish, German.
Oh, that's
you-
not a good combination.
And you never had good sex with him?
It was. I don't. You see, what I think good sex is when a woman tells a man what she wants, and I don't just blame the man in these scenarios. I blame myself. Because I was
All right.
scared to ask. I was scared to say, I don't know. I was scared to say, can we try this?
Right. You were afraid to say, listen, I'm not getting off on this. Maybe you could do this to me or do that to me.
Exactly.
You were afraid
And
to
most
ask for what
women,
you needed.
I didn't know what I needed.
It's funny because you're
Completely.
such a good actress, especially when you take on a role like Samantha. I look at you and think of you as the most sexual person who is not afraid of anything because you've become that to me. You're too good at it.
Well, something. I did a scene as Samantha where I had to be photographed nude.
That's right.
And I didn't have any dialogue or anything to hang on to when we shot the photograph. And I said, you just got to give me a minute because I couldn't do it.
Really?
I couldn't do it as Kim.
But you did it.
What I did was I went behind this little flap and I said a bunch of lines from the upcoming episode. And I went, I got it.
You got into character.
I got it. In character, I can do it. But it's Kim. That's why people say, oh, we've seen you nude. You haven't actually seen Kim nude. You've seen the characters that I play nude.
But you haven't been lonely. I mean, you dated Pierre Trudeau, who was
Yes.
the Prime Minister of Canada. He
Proudly,
couldn't give it to
yes.
you good?
I was so young.
Young.
Very young. I was in my early 20s, and he was this incredible figure in my. It was like it would be
How
like
old was he
dating Obama. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was just,
How old were you? Well, how old was he?
He was in his early 60s.
You dated when you were in your 20s. You dated a guy in his 60s.
Yes, it's not unheard of.
Did
Howard.
I know, but did it freak you out?
No, he was in great shape.
Really, you were attracted to him.
Shape. Power is very attractive. It's an aphrodisiac.
Well, when a guy
yes.
pulls down his pants, he has gray pubes. That can turn off a 20-year-old girl. No.
You know what? I didn't see that.
You didn't see gray pubes
No, I
on
didn't.
Pierre Trudeau?
I wasn't looking.
shaved.
I wasn't looking for that. You know what I was looking for?
What were you looking for?
He was a fascinating man, a really fascinating man. And
Who broke up with who then?
Well, it was kind of, one of those things. He was busy, I was busy, and I'm sure I wasn't the only young woman that he was, had his eye on. And I got a boyfriend, so it kind of was...
It fizzled.
Fizzled.
Who was the boyfriend? You dated Bruce Willis, too. What happened there?
I didn't date Bruce
You
Willis.
didn't?
This is a myth. Bruce Willis and I think, passed on 495 or 27 on the way to some kind of event.
You never had him.
I've worked with him on Bonfire the Vanities, and we did a read-through, and I haven't seen him since. At the time, I would have liked to.
No sex.
But no Bruce Willis. No.
Wow. 3 marriages, no
Two
Bruce Willis.
marriages, one annulment.
I call that 3 marriages. What do you mean annulment? That means you didn't bang the guy.
No, usually, hopefully, you're at least a little, knowledgeable of someone sexually before you marry them. It just, he was a Canadian, and he was getting his green card. This is a very
Yeah.
And I loved him in that moment, but always we knew that it wasn't going to go anywhere. And
There was no sex?
No, it was a relationship. I'm not saying that I didn't love him.
Are you difficult to be in a relationship with?
You know what? I am because I'm married to my job.
You love your job.
I love my job. Yes.
Never had children?
Never had children. No.
And you didn't want them, did you?
I did want children.
You did want
Yes,
children?
I did. For many years, I wanted children, and I just kept thinking, after this, it will happen, or this is the guy, and then that would kind of not work out. I thought, well, this is the guy, and then suddenly I thought, it's not going to happen.
There's no time for it.
So I thought to myself, well, how can I be a mom then? And I looked and I said, I have nieces and nephews. I have young actors I can mentor. And that's why being part of the Canadian Film Centre and being a mentor there, with the young Canadian actresses, which I walked that walk, is incredibly satisfying.
Is this new movie? Is this part of this Canadian Film Centre? And you're so passionate about it. You're like, I got to get in there and I got to convince your listeners to go see this. What is this new movie you're in?
It's called Meet Monica Velour.
Meet Monica Velour. Is this where you play a porn star or a prostitute?
I'm a porn star from 1978. She was Miss January 1978. Uh-huh. And now we see her 30 years later.
Are you disgusted with the porn business as in the movie?
No, she never goes into that. She believes that when she was doing it in the 70s, we were artists then.
Right.
So
she has that rationale.
Yeah, she has this great line. She says, what we got was, $50 and a case of the crabs.
Do people recognize her as a porn star, or is she washed up?
No, she's washed up now. But people who watch porn, there's a cop at one point who comes in and he doesn't say anything to her, but when he gets back into the cab, to the dispatch, he says, I loved her in Frankenbooty. So he's watched all of her porn.
Is your character disgusted by sex? Is she completely turned off to it?
She is in crisis. She's fighting for the custody of her 8-year-old daughter from her scumbag husband.
And no one wants to give her custody because she was a porn star.
No one wants to give her custody. They don't even want to give her a $5 an hour shampoo job in this town. She's trying to get any kind of a job.
Because she's considered a slut.
She's an outcast. This movie is about outcasts. That's
Are you nude in it? You would have to be nude.
No.
Do you have love scenes?
Yes,
Why does she have to be? I don't know.
Hey! The thing that's great about this movie is the people that you expect to see naked, you don't. And the people you don't want to see naked, you do. Like Brian Dennehy. You see the whole ball sack. You see his ass. You see everything.
Ass and ball sack.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Brian or his
Brian
character.
Dennehy.
I hate to admit it. I've always wanted to see his ball sack. Yeah, I'm kind of weird about that.
About Brian's ball sack.
Now, why did you? I read a story about you in the paper about this new movie. And by the way, the new movie is called Meet Monica Velour. And Kim's so passionate about it, she'll be doing Q&As at the.
You know what else I'll be doing? Serving popcorn at the concession. If they could get me to do that,
you think this is that important a film?
I really do.
Why did you get upset? I read in the paper you got pissed off at a reporter. Reporter came up to you and said, "Look, you have a young host. I'm going to set it up."
Okay. There's two. I've been pissed off a little bit lately. I was angry with Anchor Bay Films because they bought this at Tribeca last year. Now, this was a hit at Tribeca. They compared it to Harold and Maude and Little Miss Sunshine, got great reviews in the Hollywood Reporter, Variety. It was saying the work of my life, of her career, 35 years. I was like, yes, finally we're going to take Samantha and we're going to change all of that.
This could be your Academy Award.
Well, I don't know about that. What it could do is open people's idea as me as an actress playing other than one role that I'm known for.
Right. You don't want to be Herman Munster. You don't want to be Samantha. That's it.
I love Samantha. I owe her a lot, but I can do more. Okay. So I thought, here we have. Then my schedule last year was crazy. I was doing 2 plays in the West End and a television show for PBS, which was on PBS, Any Human Heart. So this was my window. And this window, for most movies, Hollywood is polishing turds at this time of year.
Right.
They're putting things out there which are not very good.
There's a lot of shitty movies with no plot, nothing to really see.
Exactly. And this is the time of year before the blockbusters. This little gem comes out, gets a great review in the New York Times. They have no money for advertising.
Right.
So okay, I've got celebrity status. I do every show I can in New York. I do every show in LA. We go to Detroit where we filmed it. I do an opening there. I create an opening with the Canadian Film Centre. So it goes worldwide. And this is a word-of-mouth movie. But there's no ads in the New York Times, a tiny little ad.
They got no money.
New York Magazine, not even an ad there.
So why are you angry?
Because they pulled the movie. And they pulled the movie on a night where friends of mine was in one movie in New York at the Clearview Cinema.
You mean you're mad at the movie studio for pulling the movie out because they had no advertising money?
No, they had no advertising, so nobody came. And just as they were starting to find an audience, and there's this website you can go to called The Numbers, and the day before they pulled it, we were up 192%, which if that had continued, which it would have through word of mouth, we would have become one of the top 10 independent American movies of that week.
So they pulled the plug too early, is your complaint. Now, the other complaint I heard
Now, let me finish.
Go ahead.
So I called them and said, what can we do about this? I'll do anything. Please, another week. Finally, they said, it's not us, Anchor Bay, who are pulling it. It's the movie theaters, because the Tribeca Film Festival. I said, but who do I talk to? Who are the movie theater owners? So we've got you a theater. I said, okay, where is it?
It's the Beekman Theater on 66th and 2nd. I said, I'll do Q&As. I'll do whatever they have. They said,
Will you have sex with a member of the audience for the movie? Are you really that passionate? Would
well,
you
I don't know
pick
if
out...
I go that far. I won't prostitute
You will have
myself
listen
for
to
it.
me. You will have a packed house. How about a hand job?
But I am willing to talk. I am willing to talk sex for this movie.
You
I
will.
am willing. I'm
You're willing to go
talk
all
sex,
out.
Yes, for this movie because I believe in it. I think Keith Bearden. It's his first movie. He did a fantastic job. It's a road picture. It's a love story. It's a date movie. It's sweet.
I've never seen you like this. You're so passionate about it. Now,
well, you got to see the movie.
here I'm going to go see it. I'm going to
You
go to
won't
the Beekman
recognize me.
Theater.
I gained 20 pounds. I look really.
You look good
let
now.
myself-
Now, you lost the weight, didn't you?
It was 3 years ago.
Oh,
That's
3
how-
years ago
that's
you
how-
shot this.
That's how long it's been to get this movie out. 3 years.
Did you freak out when you had to gain that weight?
I loved it.
You loved it. What did you do to gain 20 pounds? Did you eat like shitty pizza and
I ate
ice cream?
everything.
Everything.
And I don't have a private chef.
What happened to your body? Did you get a cellulite?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Well, every
On the
woman has
tuchus?
cellulite.
You have cellulite.
Every woman has cellulite.
How does your ass look naked?
I like my ass.
It's nice.
I like my
No
ass.
dimples of cellulite.
I'm sure there are, but my apartment is very well lit.
When's the last time you got laid?
Oh God.
Robin has no cellulite. by the way.
None.
Absolutely not. None.
We
Zero.
all do, don't we? Come on.
Absolutely.
I've seen anorexics with it.
With cellulite.
Yes,
You
I
should
have.
see my ass. Holy cow.
You should see Brian Dennehy's ass.
That ain't nothing to look at.
It's nothing to look at.
I had cellulite in my 20s.
So did I.
So you're telling me.
That I have cellulite. Yes.
When was the last time you had sex, honestly?
Oh my God. I can't remember.
Well, wait a second. Let me tell you what I heard. I want to get to this. I read in the newspaper that
Yes.
when you shot this movie.
Yes.
I guess somehow the director and your young co-star
Yes.
said that you did a love scene or some scene where you're making out with him, and the rumor got started that he got a boner.
No.
Working with you.
It's not true.
And then a reporter asked you about it, and you blew up. And I said, "What's with Kim?" So they said, "Listen, the kid got a boner kissing her. I'd get a boner
First of
kissing
all,
you."
Thank you,
you're
Howard.
goddamn right.
Thank you. No, that never happened. It really didn't happen. And this was, I'd flown in that day, and then I get this little reporter who's saying, "So tell me about, how Dusty and Keith said this." And, Keith and Dusty, this is their first big movie. They're so excited.
Right.
They don't know what to say or not to say in kind of a joking way.
Right.
And we had such a serious relationship. I mean, Keith cast me as this. He could have had really so many actresses because these plum roles in your 50s, they just don't write them.
Right.
And we rehearsed for weeks. I transformed myself. He had me stay and listen to people. I lower my voice an octave for this role.
So
All
you're
of these
saying
things.
it trivializes everything?
Absolutely. It trivializes the movie. It trivializes and people are just waiting for that hook. That same
But
night.
listen to me.
Listen
to me.
Yes.
My dear.
Yes, Howard.
That's a good story to get out there because to get people in the theater, if they know this kid is getting a boner during the love scene, so it's promotion. Why get upset? It's promotion. And you're a hot woman. The fact that you're a woman in her 50s and you're giving these kids boners.
Oh, God.
You should embrace that.
I guess you're right.
Of
I
course.
guess you're right. I was having a moment.
You're upset because you do such a good acting job. You don't want to trivialize,
No,
I guess,
I
down to a boner.
I don't.
You
I
don't?
It's so much more than that. It really is.
But
And
these-
not that isn't something.
Right. But
Any
these
time
young
I'm
punks, they
immensely-
get into bed with you and they get a boner. God bless you.
Well, we never got into bed in the film, but the thing that's crazy about this experience and this job that I have is that I'm still learning.
Are you denying that this kid got a boner? Is that what you're saying?
I was.
Are you-
No.
You wouldn't know.
He was a born again Christian when we worked. He's no longer a born again Christian.
You ruined it.
Because No. I said to him, I think you might want to rethink the not ever having sex before you get married idea.
Yeah.
And he did, and he's out there dating now.
He
But
is.
when I met him, he was just this. He's home taught. He's very naive.
So if
He
the
would
kid
be
says he
so
got a
nervous.
boner, then it's probably true.
I don't think he
question is
did.
to whether he said it, Howard.
I think he said it as a joke. Howard.
Oh, you do?
I do.
He doesn't need to be joking on your time. There's no reason.
Not really.
Okay,
Not really.
I understand.
Not really.
So you were sensitive about it.
I was, because I think that film is so much more than that. I really do. I mean, it is about sex. It's about people who've been sexualized and marginalized, and they're outcasts.
Can
and
you
they
relate
find
to this
themselves
character
together.
as an actress? When you got to
Absolutely.
Hollywood as a young woman, were you ever molested or attempted? Was there ever an attempt at molesting you
Oh, my
for
God,
a casting
yes.
couch thing? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That directors would throw you down on a couch and say, "Give me your."
No, it wasn't as obvious as that. It was. I remember coming to Hollywood to test for Elia Kazan for The Last Tycoon. This was years ago, and a man called Sam Spiegel, who did films like On the Waterfront. He was a huge producer and incredibly gross. And he looked like a lizard, you know.
Right.
And I remember coming to the Paramount lot. They flew me from Vancouver Island. I was so excited. And I just graduated from theater school. I'd done one film with Otto Preminger, a terrible film called Rosebud. And this was going to be my thing. I was meeting the great Elia Kazan.
Right.
And I auditioned for him, and he went, "That's terrific. Now I want you to go in and audition for Sam Spiegel." So I auditioned for him, and he was sitting behind a huge desk, sort of like this, and he said, "Come here." And I thought, oh, well, I guess he wants to see my face to see if I, photograph well or something. I was literally 18 years old.
Oh, God.
And he came towards me, put his hands behind me, and pushed me towards him and tried to put his tongue in my mouth. And he was in his 70s at that point, and I literally went, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and I ran out of the room. And this was the Hollywood moment. I got into my car because my agent at the time had driven me to Paramount Studios. I didn't know how to drive at that time. I sat next to her and I told her what happened, and she said, "So what did you do?" Like, I didn't play into it.
Oh, my God. That makes me so sad.
It makes me so sad, too.
I mean, I'm thinking of you as an 18-year-old girl. You're full of hope.
Oh.
You get your big audition. You go in there, and you're auditioning your heart out. And meanwhile, all this guy's thinking about, I'm going to jam my tongue down this chick's throat.
And then an invitation to go up to San Francisco with him. Even after that. Even after that. And I just thought, you know what, I can't.
What do you want to give up at that point? Because if it's all based on that, and you're 18 years old, it just looks bleak, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
How do you persevere through something like that?
Well, I really categorized that as that person and thought that exists, and knowledge is power at any age, at any time in your life. And I thought, I'm never going to be in a situation where I don't have anybody with me.
Mm-hmm. But were you shy to audition again? Like was it the thought in the back of your mind, oh, these guys just want to fuck me and that's it? I mean, I'm just
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
No, I felt that I was a contract player at Universal Studios, and they knew about what had happened shortly after that, and I felt protected by the company. I came up with Sharon Gless and Jamie Lee Curtis. We were all young actresses at the Universal Studios, last contract players in the system.
Right.
And I felt so much.
Contract player means you were signed to a studio
for 7 years of your life.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you only work for them.
Only for them.
Isn't that must have driven you nuts? Because when you would get offered roles, but it's kind of a beautiful thing too, because you're guaranteed work.
Exactly. And I had a big, huge student loan over my head, and I had to pay that student loan.
Are you a multimillionaire at this point?
No.
You're not?
No.
Even after Sex in the City?
No, I'm not multi. I'm okay for the rest of my life if I'm smart.
I'm going to guess your net worth is about $10 to $15 million. Am I close?
Well, that would be a multi-millionaire.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess with my properties, yeah, I guess so. But I have mortgages, and I help.
So you have to be careful. You don't live the lifestyle.
No.
You can't go in and buy the latest Birkin bag, right?
I don't want to.
You don't want a Birkin bag?
No, I don't ever want a Birkin bag, ever.
Does it bother you that Sarah Jessica Parker's 20 times more wealthy than you?
You know what? I still got more left in me. Who knows what I can do?
You do. You never look better. I swear to God. I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing?
Abstinence.
You're not getting operated on? I don't even think you're pulled back or anything. Are you?
No.
You don't have any Botox? Nothing?
I have Botox right here.
You do?
I do, right
You
here.
look terrific.
Thank you.
You look natural. You don't look like one of these whacked out broads all pulled back with the duck lips.
That's very easy for you to say, Howard, but I have to say I have a lot of sympathy for women, because where do we age in this country? You grow up with people like me, and as we start to age, people, they have this age rage thing. I go on the internet some lonely nights and I read an article and I think, oh, that's good. I like what the reporter's done. And then people have their comments, and some of them are, why doesn't this old hag go away?
Right, like go off like the Indians used to send you off the tribe and then just go out and die in the woods.
Exactly. And that was happening when I was in my 40s, and now I'm in my 50s. It's rageful. And these people can say it because you don't see their face.
Is it the hardest thing? I mean, you probably see like a woman in her 20s. You can't be. You're funny. You're delightful. You walk into a room, guys are grabbing you, trying to tongue you, take you away, and then as you get older and older and older, watching that sort of reaction not happen has got to be maddening.
Oh no, I still get that reaction.
Oh, you do. Oh, you look good.
Thanks. I think it's that, but it's also the feeling of this predator. in the room of Samantha. And after a while, people relax. But, people are looking at my face to see if I've had work done. They're not listening to what I'm saying. Or they're thinking,
I haven't heard a word you said. You know who you're looking like?
Who?
I never realized you look like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, my God.
Look at you.
She just said all of her roles went to Michelle.
Yeah.
You know, you do, though.
Yeah. No, we do. We do. She's got different lips than I do. She has like more of those open lips.
So you haven't been with a man in a long time, huh?
No, I've been single. I've been concentrating on my work.
And when you say lonely nights, what do? You're on the computer all night?
Sometimes I like to write. I like to read.
That's what you're doing?
I'm reading a great book right now by Michael Cunningham.
What do you do to get the poison out?
I take care of myself.
Vibrator, huh?
I take care of myself in many ways.
Robin uses a rack of vibrators.
Oh, there we go.
Talk to her about it. All right, listen. Kim Cattrall is in a movie.
I want to know what happened to that agent who was like, well, what was your reaction? Did you get rid of her?
Eventually, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
because that's no help.
No. I mean, the actors out there, the agents work for you. You don't work for your agent. I mean, we're so scared to speak up because a lot of them, they won't take you on. There's so many people wanting to be part of this business,
Look at this. Kim, here's the guy who tried to make out with you.
Oh, no.
That's his picture. Jesus. I mean, there's nothing grosser than that.
Ashamed of himself.
He was a frog in a tuxedo with one of those horrible tongues, they like wrap around flies and things.
If you'd been halfway decent looking, maybe put out a little, but for God's sakes.
Never.
Now, Kim is here because she wants you to see this movie.
I'm excited about this movie.
I am too.
It's right down your audience because it's a Miss January 1978, and where is she now?
I like it. I like the idea.
And the young geek who travels halfway across the country to find her
because he's in love with her. He thinks he's in love with her.
This is the personification of women, and the first scene that you see this character in, I do a strip.
Okay, now we're talking. Did you shave down for it?
Well, we don't get that far, as you see. If you see the movie, no.
Titty?
I'm not nude. I'm not nude.
Do we see titty?
No.
No.
What do you mean? Don't answer for her. You don't know that.
You know. But you see.
Why don't I see titty?
You see other things.
What do I see?
Which are much more interesting than titty.
What's more interesting than titty? Vagina, and I don't see that.
No, what you see is
ass.
From. I told you. You see Brian Dennehy's ass.
No, what about you?
Well, you see
down.
a big stomach. I did a scene in this movie which I've wanted to do my whole life, which I'm standing in front of a mirror,
right?
And I've got this. When I gain weight, it's in my hips and in my belly, and I have this scene which all women do. You're sitting there, you're nude, you're just out of the shower, and you grab your belly fat and you shake it.
And you do that.
I got to do that. And there's another scene where my legs are open. I'm wearing these horrific underwear. I'm drunk. I've got this old house coat on. I've got a wine goblet, and I take a Twinkies and I dip it in the wine, and I taste it, and I think, hey, that's not bad, and do it again.
And you get to do those things. Did Sarah Jessica Parker see this movie? Did you invite her to this screening that's going to happen on?
You know what? I haven't heard from any of the girls.
It's
so
weird.
I don't know.
They don't like you, do they?
No, I don't think it's that.
Come on. Let's get real.
Howard,
I don't think the Sex and the City girls like you.
Well, I think a lot of people in the press.
Yes.
Have a lot invested in that.
What do you mean that? Yes, they do. They want to keep that feud going. But why wouldn't Sarah come and support you? This is an important film to you. This is I've never seen you so fired up about a role.
That's
the
a good
movie's called Meet Monica Velour.
You'd have to ask her.
Did you invite her?
Well, invitations went out, and I said anybody and everybody who, is in New York at this time. Maybe she wasn't in town.
And she didn't even call and say, I can't make it.
Nobody called me.
She doesn't like you.
I don't know what it is.
Of course.
I don't know what it is.
She is not supporting you. And what about the other two nutnicks?
They didn't call either.
Where are they?
Well, one of them,
Charlotte, the sweet one.
She lives in L.A.,
Yeah.
And I just
And what about the other one who went lesbian?
They have babies. They have lives. They're busy,
Too busy for their friends. Too busy for the woman that made Sex in the City what it was. The woman that made them money.
I'm not saying anything.
Wow. What about the creator, Darren Stars? He come to see the movie?
No, not that I know of. No.
What the hell is going on?
I
Boy,
agree.
show business is.
They're all on to the next thing.
Do you think it's you?
No, I think it's just that people are busy, and now
but why don't they like you?
I don't think it has to do with liking me or not liking me. You know what it is? I think that movies come to people now. People don't go to movies. They're
if
very,
Sarah
very
Jessica
busy.
Parker wrote you a note and said, I want you to come see my new movie, you would be there for her, wouldn't you?
I was there for the Morgans movie, yes.
You were?
Yeah.
You
Gladly.
went.
Gladly.
And she wrote you and said, would you come?
I would go, yes. I support Sarah in everything she does. I think she's terrific.
Sarah, this is not right what you're doing to this woman.
Don't.
All right, maybe you got your differences.
She's not doing anything. She's not doing anything. She's busy. She's got her life.
No,
Really.
listen, she's not that busy. She got 20 nannies. Listen to me. You're a woman. You work together with her. Put aside the differences. Go out and
well, maybe she'll come to the Beekman and she'll see it. We've got a week. This is
the important week. You got 1 week to make this movie work.
And if people come out and support the movie,
people like Sarah Jessica Phoney, Parker.
You're terrible. You're terrible.
I mean, come on. I'm not terrible. Let's be honest. Let's be real. You work together. Let's support each other as actresses, as women.
You heard it here.
So I've said the truth, haven't I?
Well, I think it's important to support each other. Yes, I do.
And they're not there for you. You went to the Morgans, whatever the hell that is.
It was a Sarah Jessica Parker movie.
I didn't see it.
Not too many people did.
That's right.
Hopefully more people will see.
Was the Morgans a bad movie?
It's a rom-com, and I like rom-coms, and I think Sarah, what she does is really great. So I did enjoy, and I like Hugh
Look
Grant.
at you putting on a face that says, hey, I'm not going to say anything negative about her, but she won't show up for my movie. Poor you. Alone with your computer and your vibrator, sitting in that apartment.
You know something?
Where's Smith Jarrett? Did he show up?
No.
Not even Smith Jarrett likes you.
No, it's not about liking me. What are you
They should support you. I
should.
support you. My audience will support you.
That is why I'm here.
Look, go see Kim Cattrall in Meet Monica Velour at the Beekman Theater in Manhattan this Friday through Thursday. Kim is going to do pretty much anything you want at this Q&A.
Q&As.
At the 7 p.m. screening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And go over to this Beekman if you live around this area. Come on. Give her a shot. It's a good movie about a porn star who's past her prime, and she's dealing with the town and the whole thing.
Yeah, she's dealing with aging alone, fighting for the...
Who are you hanging with these days? Pee Wee Herman?
No.
You don't even hear from him, do you?
No, I don't even hear from him.
I'm sorry for you. I don't think you have a friend in the business.
I do.
Well, you must be a monster.
Michael Stipe is a good friend of mine.
Oh, Michael Stipe.
Yeah. And I think he's terrific. And
him you like?
I think he's amazing. Really a talented man. And he came to see the movie
What's
the
he
second
doing?
day.
What
he
is
just
he
had
doing?
an album out. REM had just got like an amazing album.
Really?
Where they made a film for each song. They got different filmmakers, Sophia Cal and James Franco. They each made a film for each song. He's still creative. He's still doing movies. I mean, he did Being John Malkovich. I mean, he's a real he's an artist.
I'm looking you over. I can't see how you don't have a man.
It's
crazy.
They're terrified.
No, I'm not terrified.
But you're married.
Oh, that's right. No wonder I'm not terrified.
See, this is the problem. The
That's
older
the
you
problem.
get, they're either incredibly damaged or they're married.
Well, I'm both of those things. So I'm a double header. All right, listen to me. You've said it all. We get the point. We like this idea of you in this movie. Now you need us to go.
Yes.
And we'll be there. Believe me, we're not Sarah Jessica Parker or those other two.
I love you.
I don't even know the names of
Stern.
the other two, honestly.
I love you,
I know
Howard
you
Stern.
and Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't know the other
who are those other
two.
two?
The other two are replaceable. You're not.
Kristen Davis and Cynthia Nixon.
Yeah, I'm surprised you know their names based on their support of you. Well, look, it doesn't seem to bother you, so it's not going to bother me.
I have a lot of great people in my
I
life.
wish you great things. I wish you know what I wish for you?
Yes.
A beautiful trip to Peru where they rub good and plenty all over you. I'm not kidding. And a beautiful ceremony.
Thank you.
I wish that for you.
Thank you.
See, Kim Cattrall, and I wish you happiness and success with this film.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Robin.
Let me just say, see Kim Cattrall and Meet Monica Velour. That's the name of the movie, and it's going to be at the Beekman Theater. This is the make or break week for this movie.
Let's go.
It's in Manhattan this Friday through Thursday. This is it for, listen, Kim needs you there. She's being honest.
I do.
Actresses don't often say that, but she's saying she needs you.
It's worth your while.
She's saying it might even be fun.
Yes. It's
Kim-
actually a funny, sweet movie. You'll
Yeah.
enjoy it.
That's right. And you'll see Brian Dennehy's ball sack.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Close your eyes for that. Thank you for stopping by
How
here.
can I thank you?
Oh, I'll think
For
of a
you.
way.
Yes.
I know what you can do. Believe me.
You made your Stern Show debut today.
Yes, I did. I'm no longer a virgin of the Howard Stern Show.
What's it like making the transition from someone you know in your personal life to seeing them in their craft, seeing Howard behind his board? And
You know, I feel that I know both of those Howards. I know the private Howard a little bit less, but he's always been incredibly generous to me and supportive of me, and today is just another indication of that in the guise of this persona, which is actually just a pussycat making fun. And it's, you know, he's a great actor in a way. He plays this role beautifully. And it's like playing tennis with him, you know. I feel like little McEnroe out there, you know. And so it was really a thrill.
so you feel like he can walk that line between knowing you in
Yes.
your own way, but
Yes, and you know, he's very instinctual. He picks up a vibe about someone. And that's what he follows. The truth, his truth. And you got to go with that. And, you know, I'm not a bullshitter. He knows that. And I think that there's a chemistry that can happen on his show, and I felt that today. That's what was so exciting about it.
So now that you've crossed into his universe, can we expect you back for many more appearances?
I sure hope so. I really do. I have a play opening on Broadway in November, Private Lives, and he'll come, so maybe we'll sit down and talk about sex in 1921, which is what that play is about.
Maybe steer away from the vibrator talk this time.
Yes, exactly. I don't think they had those electrical units then.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Kim.
Thanks a lot. Thank
Okay,
you.
Good luck.
Investigations, do a number of different investigative services. These are two of my decoys, John and JoJo. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my book, Happens All the Time. We're going to talk about my dealing with the Church of Scientology, and I'm going to teach people how to cheat and catch them.
So you're going to get behind your operation. Tell Howard how it works, how you catch cheaters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to get behind the operation.
All right,
and, we're going to educate them.
Best of luck today, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Hey, one of these guys is here. He's got one of these personal investigating services. He catches cheating spouses. I was just saying to Gary, I took Gary out to dinner last night for his birthday. What, is he 50?
Gary? I don't know.
Or is he old? Was it your 50th, Gary?
Is that true?
Was it your 50th? Yeah. How come your wife didn't have like a big 50th birthday party for you? Isn't that like a big milestone? Or she did, and we weren't
Maybe
invited.
it's no big deal when Gary turns 50.
I think that you know, Mary's birthday is the day after mine.
Yeah.
So I don't think she wants to celebrate her birthday.
Were you disappointed that she didn't sort of throw a big bash? Because a wife usually does that for her husband. You're a pretty good fucking husband.
You know what? Some of our neighbors threw a small dinner party with a lot of our friends.
Were you disappointed though in a way?
No, it was okay.
Did it occur to you that something might be happening?
No.
No?
No.
Gary was walking around all day with a big smile on his face. He was waiting for the big surprise.
No,
Opening every door, expecting somebody to jump out.
I took Gary out to John George last night.
Ooh, nice.
What a great restaurant.
Ladies
Holy
got
shit.
dressed up. Mary looking great. Beth looking great. They, they got dressed up. I put on my beautiful suit.
Did you?
Well, yeah.
In the middle of the week.
Yeah. Took Fafa Fooey out.
I put on my beautiful suit that Howard bought me 2 birthdays ago.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of use out of that.
I do.
I got to get you another new one.
That's a nice suit.
Yeah, it's so we had a nice night.
So that's a big deal for Gary's 50th.
So I said to Gary, because we're having this guy Mark on who has this private investigating service. I said, wouldn't it be just kind of cool, like, Mary's not cheating on you? I think
well,
Mary.
Gary watches her anyway. He's got cameras all over the house.
Right. So I was just like, but wouldn't it be cool to hire, like, they have a female private investigator and a male one.
Oh, they do that thing where they try to entice you.
Yeah. And so, like if this good-looking guy, like, went up to Mary and just was kind of, like, flirting with her at the supermarket, like, would it be interesting to see if she flirted back a little bit?
Just to see how far she goes.
Yeah. Hey, let me bring in Mark.
But what if it goes too far?
So then you divorce her. You got to.
He's got to trust.
Like, what if she blows the guy?
Exactly. What if she says, hey, there's a hotel down the block?
All right, this is Mark Chiappetta. I think I'm saying that right. There's Mark.
Hello.
On the end there.
And the hot chick is...
that's the investigator, because I was going to say, who are these two investigators?
hot chick is JoJo Ryder. JoJo is the girl you meet at the bar, and then when you take her up for the blowjob, and then she goes, guess what? You're fucked. And this good-looking gentleman is John Lamb.
Hi there.
Hi, Robin. How are you?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
The vibration from the bass, right? It's a good time.
Robin, I'm going to fuck you.
We're going to get a little squirrely later.
I'm going to tell your
husband. I got a bag of carrots and cucumbers.
Mark, I was saying to Gary, be cool
Yes, sir.
to hire. What's the name of your company?
On the Mark Investigations. We're based out of Brockton, Massachusetts.
Be kind of cool to hire your company and, like, you know, like I'm reasonably comfortable that Beth isn't cheating on me.
You're sure?
Although I'm sure a lot of guys say that and find out they are. But, like, I wouldn't mind seeing if a good-looking guy like John went in there and, like, said to Beth, you know, hey, baby, you know, like, how far... Hello. How far, like, how far would it go? You know, like, how much flirting would go on? Now, you say an interesting statistic.
Yes.
60% of the men you investigate go too far with these women, like they want to have sex with them, right?
Really? 60%?
Yeah, men are pigs, you know that. And,
right.
And men can't risk temptation, especially
JoJo.
Gay men that like John.
Oh, right.
And then with JoJo as well.
JoJo, 60% of the guys you investigate end up hitting on you?
Yeah, probably about that much.
What do you consider...
going too far?
Yeah, what like, okay, let's say a guy's at the bar, he meets you, and he just talks to you for the night. We're not calling him a cheater, are we?
No. If it gets handsy and hands-on and things are going, like, further and there's, like, innuendos and so on and so forth, then I get the kind of the nod or whatever from Mark. I kind of, we're in contact with each other.
When do you get the nod? Like if a guy says, hey, let's go back to my room, then you have enough on him, right?
I'll say, let me go freshen up or whatever, and
you're out.
Left.
It all depends on, you know, what the client also perceives as cheating, Howard, you know?
Right.
As you know, the former president of the United States didn't consider blowjob cheating.
Right.
So it depends on what the wife wants.
So the wives hire you, they say, look, I want to know if my husband's cheating on me. I want the definitive answer.
Yes.
JoJo goes out, she puts on a hot little outfit,
Absolutely.
She goes over to the bar, she talks to the guy, hey, how are you? I'm JoJo, blah, 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 a little small talk.
Yep.
The cheaters, how long does it take them before they make their move?
It's all different.
Depends how drunk they are.
And it depends on how aggressive they are and how much of a cheater they are. You know what I mean? It's all individual.
And I'm always standing close by on any job that I take her or any of my other female decoys on.
Yeah.
I'm always shadowing them. That's for liability reasons. It's for the girl's safety.
But JoJo, you never make out with a guy?
It's gotten.
How far has it gotten? Little titty feel?
I almost fired her once.
Really?
For,
How far did you go?
I was new. I didn't know.
What'd you do? You went down on the guy?
Things.
What'd you do with the guy?
Did you fucking go down on him?
I did things that he was really hot, and the client said she was done.
Right.
So that was, game.
Well,
that's what I mean.
That's what I'll get for my clients.
One of my first jobs.
One of your first jobs. You meet the guy at the bar. You didn't know that you're not supposed to do anything.
Well, because I up until the point where if the client was still on it, if his wife was still on, of course I'm not going to go there. But she was like saying
what happened? You went to a bar.
Yeah, and then I went back to his room.
You went back to his room.
Yeah.
Did you go all the way with him?
Almost.
He put his finger inside of you?
Almost.
Almost.
Things happened.
Blowjob.
We both were satisfied.
You both went down on each other.
Kinda.
And he didn't want to bang you?
I didn't want to go that far.
No kidding.
I'm really a good girl.
And what pissed me off is that I usually don't rig her up with the hidden camera. Right. I usually have the hidden camera on me, and that I didn't get to actually witness this before I almost fired her ass.
Now, what is the... Okay, 60% of married men or men in relationships cheat on their woman. But with women, I figure it's lower, right?
It's starting to grow, believe it or not. My business, and I've been starting to track it lately and check all my cases and track the numbers. Women are working more. They're out in the work field. They're traveling. They're going away. And it's just normal for them to start cheating more. They're not getting it at home good enough, and they look for a little attention, and you send someone like John in.
Johnny boy, you're a good-looking guy. What's your background? You a cop or something?
No, God, no. I've been on the other side of the law a few times. Mark found me after doing a show on
What'd you do to get on the other side of the law?
I've got a whole bunch of assault and batteries and then driving thing, but nothing bad. No, I used to bounce for years, so you smack around a drunk that's caused a problem, they press charges.
Let's rephrase that. Everything that was dismissed.
Yeah, everything's dismissed.
You were cleared of all. He was cleared, or else I wouldn't use him. But I found him on Tool Academy. I saw him on VH1 on Tool Academy. And
What's Tool Academy?
To show where girlfriends sign up to boyfriends because they're lying, cheating pieces of shit.
Right. Okay.
I'm not lying, cheating piece of shit.
So what happens? You go out to a bar. A lot of these chicks, good-looking chicks. I guess it's guys with good-looking wives.
I mean, it's a pretty vast mix, We got some 8s, some 7s, and then we got some 3 woofers,
Right. So you go in there, you sit, you strike up a conversation with them, and how many women actually proposition you?
I'd probably say pretty damn near close to half, if not a little more.
No kidding. So so the rate's going up. In other words, there's a lot of women cheating on their men.
Yeah, a lot of middle-aged women.
Are most guys shocked when they find out that their wives are cheating on them? Do most of them think, I don't think... I mean, if they call you, they're suspicious.
Most of them know before they hire me. They just like to self-torture themselves even more.
They like confirmation.
They like the confirmation. They like to torture themselves. Recently, within the last, I'd say about a year ago, John and I went to an island to perform a job, and his job was to hit on this beautiful young woman, and it was a couples resort.
Right.
And we're there together.
Right.
And we had to kind of confirm that we weren't doing each other to try to get the girl to even remotely look at him like we weren't gay. We went to a restaurant and they asked if we wanted a wine list.
Skip the wine. We're going right to the blowjobs.
Right.
So what happens? So let's say you make the approach, right? Mm-hmm. You make the approach on this woman. She's hot, right?
Yep.
All right. And she's a married woman. And what do you do?
Her partner's right there.
How do you make the approach?
Well, no. In certain situations, usually the partner's not there. Usually it's like a girls' night out or a trip away.
Of course.
I spend a brief amount of time just kind of getting to know them, see what their style is, see what they like. Some people like the big douchebag thing that I can put on. Other people like the slow, strong, silent type. And other people like a little scared little bitch. So I kind of do the impromptu eye contact, kind of wink and smile a little.
So in this particular situation that you're talking about with this good-looking chick, you walked up and you say what? What's the line that you say to them to sort of warm up? I imagine the women...
I'm not gay. That's not my boyfriend over there.
I'm not fucking him tonight. I plan on fucking you.
No, but you're a good-looking guy and everything, so they're probably open to speaking to you. But at the same point, what do you say to introduce yourself?
Well, this one certain situation, I don't know, stop me if I break any confidentiality, but there were kids involved, so you talk to the kids, be friendly.
Right. You're like, hey kids,
how's it going? Want to see my van?
I want to be your
lollipops.
daddy.
Yeah, I like you kids, and your mom's pretty fucking hot.
I want to tongue punch your dirt star.
That's right. So you go over and you start playing with the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, like walking by, the kids were in the way, so I kind of like made conversation. Like, I wish you had a pair of floaties like that. High five, stuff like that.
Right.
And then conversation starts from there.
Then they call the security at the pool and say, this guy's talking
So the
about...
hot broad comes up. What is she, in a bathing suit? She's in a little bikini?
Yeah, she had a little tiny bikini thing on.
And what do you, in order to entice her, what are you wearing, like a Speedo or something?
No Speedo. I just had a typical bathing suit on,
Right, like the board shorts, that kind of thing.
Yeah, board shorts. Might have had a tank top, a sleeveless shirt, or maybe the man tits out.
Yeah, man tits are out.
Yeah.
Right, so you go up and say what to her? What does she say? Hey.
Well, I start talking about the kids, and I offered a thing I got at the resort. It was like a toy for the pool and stuff, and we go on from there, and I'm like, I didn't know this was such a family-oriented place. It seems like we're the only single guys down here.
Right.
Are you with someone? You want to go out and grab a drink? And I don't want to get into too much of it. I don't know who listens to the show.
What cute kids you have? Let's fuck.
You know what? I'll say it. They did grab a drink together, and
once they grab the drink together, then you're on to something.
Well, I'm texting back and forth with the client, Howard, so I'm giving the client pretty much a play-by-play. In today's day, you can just constantly communicate with these people.
Sure.
I can send them instant video. I can send them instant photos. I can confirm them because I've had people...
So you text back to the guy, hey, my man John's over at the bar having a drink with your wife.
His hand's on her knee. She tells him that I'm overhearing the conversation. She says she's not married, and she is married.
Wow.
So these are signs. We're also there to download. He's there to download their brain.
Right.
Are they married? Do they have someone at home? And then when they
Do
give
they ever
those
get
things,
as far where they say to you, hey, John, I want to take you back to the room, or why don't you come to my room?
Not quite that up front and blunt, but
Right.
yeah, I've had plenty of situations where I knew it could have gone further. I actually don't cheat myself. I have a good girl at home.
When these women are confronted, why are you making a vomit face?
What is that all
What does that mean?
Because he's pussy whipped and he
Yeah.
loves his girlfriend. But this is a
for him.
professional job, and I only allow him to go so far.
All right, but when these women kind of give you the sign where they go, hey, you know, like they put their hand on your knee and this and that, can't they come back and say to their husbands, you know what? You know I'm touchy-feely. I never would have done anything with this guy. I put my hand on his knee. So fucking what? I wasn't going to go fuck this guy. Don't you need more proof?
Oh, yeah, we get him to suck face. We get
You
him
do.
to rub each other. Absolutely.
Oh, you
yeah.
do. So you will kiss these girls.
Damn
Yeah,
straight.
I won't have any kind of sexual,
Right. Does
skin
the
on
kissing
skin contact.
the kissing can't go on at the bar or at the while you're having a
Why
drink because the
not?
kids are there. The kids are
Well,
running
this
around.
particular case,
Yeah,
didn't it?
no, I wouldn't do anything in front of kids. That's kind of fucked up. I don't want to.
So how far do you go with her so that the client actually has proof?
Well, we did a case in Boston recently, John and I, and this particular case, the client insisted on being there.
Right.
So the client was with me, and we were in the back room. I was able to maneuver it, so we were in the back room, and we had the hidden video camera. We're watching it. We're watching John perform his act, and then we see him rubbing her, then we see them making out, and the client darted out, started yelling at her, flipping chairs over.
Wow.
So,
So
I
is
have
the
to be
rule-
careful liability-wise.
Is the rule now don't bring the client
Yes.
with you because
Yes.
if he flips out, which he probably is
You
going
got a domestic on your hands,
That's
and I
right.
don't need that.
That's right, and then
Yeah.
you're sort of involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will kiss these girls, you will let them rub up on you, and this kind of thing. And once they kiss, that's it. I mean, we can stop, right? That's
Do you
it.
consider that cheating if your spouse is kissing
if I
someone?
saw my wife kissing a guy, yeah, that to me, it's over. That's it. We're done.
That's as far as it has to go. Suppose she's entertaining the prospect, but after
Robin.
that, she decides, no, I really love
I don't
my
give
husband.
a fuck.
It's called self-control. You got to have it from the get-go,
You know, some will call it entrapment, but entrapment legally is a criminal
Bullshit.
act.
It ain't entrapment.
No. Thank
you know
you.
what it is?
Thank you.
It's like, hey, man, I want to know. Now, you had a case. I was reading in the notes. You had a case. A guy was going to get married, and he wanted to test to see. He was having an affair.
Yes.
So he was cheating on his wife, but he had a mistress, right?
Yes.
He decided he was going to leave his wife for the mistress.
Yes.
But he said, before I pull the plug, before I do this, how do I know my mistress isn't cheating on me?
Right.
So you brought in Big John.
Yeah, this was this was like a year and a half ago. We
Right
did this
after the
case.
show, so
Yeah.
less than 2 years ago.
And it turns out the mistress was 100% honest and not cheating.
Not cheating.
And he
Absolutely
left his
friendly.
wife and he married the mistress.
and he's happily ever after.
Happy success story.
And a lot of people will do it for their own well-being. When you get in your 30s and 40s, you may, it's an investment. It's a lot cheaper to hire an investigator for a few $1,000s than to spend tens of thousands of dollars on a nasty divorce.
Right, absolutely.
Damn straight.
I don't know.
So you think you're doing like a service.
I
You're
am a
helping
private eye superhero, Robin.
I was always torn on this kind of thing. One of it was like, hey, they're kind of home wreckers. On the other hand, but you know what?
But wait a minute.
Where would a guy go?
Cheating is a home wrecker, not us.
That's right.
Don't expect to not get caught.
I agree with you.
Suppose the guy never gets hits on.
Right.
Gets hit on.
Go ahead.
She goes into the bar, starts hitting on it.
Go ahead.
And he falls for it because, whoa, this never happens to me.
Well, then, hey, come on. Come on. Now,
That's
the one,
entrapment.
Well,
because this guy wouldn't have done anything. She was
But
Sure he
he
wasn't.
doesn't just go in there. I mean, someone's got to be hired. There's got to be cause suspicion for this woman to be like, okay, you know what? I think my husband's cheating. He doesn't just go in there and go, I bet that guy's cheating. Let's set him up. No, he's hired.
Yeah, but the woman could have suspicions.
I don't
'cause her
do a
husband
psychological
travels.
screening on my clients. If they call and if they say, I think my husband or she, or vice versa.
Well, there is the one thing. There is the one thing you could take the attitude that, you know what? Let's say a lot of people do cheat on their spouse.
Yes.
Is it really our jobs to bust them and let them know? In other words, a lot of people survive cheating. In other words, you go out, you cheat once or twice, and you say, you know what? I did
really
the wrong
value
thing.
my marriage. Yeah.
I value my marriage. I've made a mistake, and I'm never doing that again. And they're serious, and they don't.
But if you go into the mix, he's getting a divorce.
That is a problem.
True. JoJo here has been cheated on, so she's kind of like got a vendetta when she goes out there. Like, it's almost like stripping. It's like you're looking at the guy giving you money saying F you, and she wants to nail the bastards because she's been cheated on.
But at the same time, I try to keep that separate. It's I'm being hired. It's a job. You know what I mean? I'm not yeah, you are a shitbag. Hey, you know what? If you want to screw around all you want. But if you're hurting someone in the meantime, you shouldn't be doing it.
You know what, JoJo? I know a guy cheated on his wife a couple of times. I happen to know this guy. He cheated a couple of times. He admitted it to me. And he said to me, you know what? It was the biggest mistake of my life. My wife and I have a great marriage now. It's been, and this is a true story. He said, it's like I understand now that I was out of my mind. The best thing I have is at home.
He's lucky to have her to have been patient.
That's right. And he goes, look, she doesn't know.
Oh.
But, you know, I made a mistake, and I love her.
Difference.
So you're saying that everyone should maybe cheat once to realize how good they have it at home?
What if you guys bust a guy, and it turns out it was his once or twice time, and his marriage would have survived?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Kill someone once or twice.
But you know
you're a
what?
murderer.
You know what, Howard? By the time they call my agency on the Mark Investigations in Brockton, Mass.
All right, fair enough.
They usually know. They usually hack into the computer. They usually find something. There's usually suspicion that leads up.
Do people that you're hitting on ever realize what's going on? The guy goes, wait a second. I am an ugly mother. I am an ugly motherfucker.
It's never.
No one ever hits on
It's
me.
never happened. And JoJo's a beautiful girl, but I have sent girls in that look like Jenna Jameson or whatever.
Right.
And they'll be like, something doesn't add up here. You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with this picture? I'm short, fat, and dumpy, and why is a girl with large breasts?
You're saying
hitting on me?
JoJo looks like a girl that, while she's beautiful, she looks like a girl that maybe would hit on a guy. She fits a certain type.
She's my number one girl. She's
Because I can go either way. I don't have the chest, but I mean, I can go either way.
Well, she's got a great
You
ass.
look very nice. John, what about you? You're an extremely handsome man. Do any of these ladies go, wait a second, this fucking guy is
Again, Mark gives me a lot of details about the women. I know how to dress. I know the demeanor to have. And no, I mean, I'm not fucking... Who's that soccer player douche with the Spice Girl there? David Beckham. I'm not David Beckham, you know?
You shave your balls and your bush?
Everything but my arms and legs. If you want to see my balloon knot, get Richard Christie in here. I'll show it.
I don't want to see it.
I'll be honest.
Do you ever have to kiss ugly chicks? I mean, real heinous-looking wives?
Not real heinous, but I've had some, like, sixes. I prefer eights are better, but I'll play a little taunty hockey with a six for a bonus.
If they're real heinous, just like the Jenna Jameson type, I won't send John in because he's almost too good looking.
What's it cost me to find out if my wife is a cheat?
You know, it all depends. If you want to send us away, for 3 or 4 days and you got to do a lot of prep work, it could cost anywhere, up to, $10,000.
Right.
You're paying for his vacation,
Goddamn
and he
right.
gets to hit on your wife. Oh
Probably
my
fucking my wife.
Can I say this?
Whatever.
Nice wedding gift.
Since you're giving all them compliments, I am also the fallback guy. So if they don't like him, then I will switch up and give it an opportunity. And my wife has allowed me to suck face and suck face only.
You're the beefcake, huh?
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, this is a wild topic. Some people might think you're a cock-sucking fuck, and other people might see you as a service that is very much needed. Which is it?
Do they just, is it mostly when the girls go on these girly vacations that you get hired?
Yes.
Because girls stick up for girls. There's a girl code like there's a guy code.
Uh-huh.
And, it's happened a few times, you know. And lots of it happens in your local bar, your local restaurant, your local wherever they're going to be.
You also do other kinds of investigations.
Sir.
What the fuck is a paranormal investigation?
What?
You've never found any you don't do that, do you?
Do you have those special machines? Are you a Ghostbuster?
I'll be honest with you.
People call you guys?
I'll be honest with you. I promote it on my website, and if I get calls, I subcontract that out.
Right.
My company, we do a lot of we debug houses.
Right.
I have a ton of people that are legitimately, professional crazy people who think that there's bugs in their house, so we'll go in and sweep a house.
So you do a lot of different services.
I do everything.
You were hired by the Church of Scientology, right?
I was.
Why?
There's a chapter in the book, and I met them about 12 years ago, and they hired me just to do background work, to do investigative work on people.
In other words, if I am a person who criticizes the Church of Scientology.
They would hire someone like me to find everything that you could think of about you. Surveillance, pull trash.
Why? Why are they so paranoid? They have a successful operation.
You know, it's weird.
Who are they looking for?
It's
right.
You know what? It's weird. A lot of them are ex-members, and I can't say anything bad about them because they've never handed me pamphlets. They've never tried to force me to go, to go in that direction. I was an outside contractor. I said, hey, look, as long as the money's green, as long as it's ethical. But I did have to go through the whole e-meter test before I started doing work for them.
Really?
Right.
It was like something my third grader made with like 2 toilet paper rolls, and they asked if I was a secret spy.
Why not hire someone within Scientology? Why would they risk a guy like you who's a loudmouth going around?
Who's
going to
go on Howard Stern and talk about it 10 years later?
Hire someone from within.
But you know what? Because I have nothing bad to say about them. They're actually nice people. They've been good to me. They were a good
What do you
client.
find out about the people who criticize Scientology? Probably
just
nothing.
Anything. You just gather intel. Knowledge is power.
And so, what are they looking for?
Care?
They want to discredit the person.
In case it goes into litigation. You know, there are a lot of ex-members that are out there to...
You said while you were there...
Yes.
Tom Cruise walks through a secret passageway and then appears in rooms.
Maybe he just walks through walls.
Why is that? Why? What do you mean a secret passageway?
I was out at... Oh gosh!
The Celebrity
I'm going to be getting. You know what? Someone's going to be watching me now, Howard. I was at the Celebrity Center in L.A. many years ago, and they said he came through his private secret entrance. I didn't see it. I didn't know if it was like a bat cave or anything.
Right.
And he came by. And he had a Yankees hat on. I had a Sox hat on. He said hi to me. He seemed genuine, and he was going to study.
What is the secret entrance? So no one will see him. No one can behold him.
I guess. Right. I have no clue.
Right.
He was going to study.
Study what?
He was continuing education.
Do you think at this point he knows everything?
Continuing it. I don't know him personally. I've never done work for him personally, but I was out there on a job.
Now the Scientology Church doesn't use you anymore. Is that?
I haven't done work for them in about 6-7 years. You know, they're nice people.
You think they weren't satisfied with your work?
No, I think they've just suffered from recession, and I think what they do is they rotate a lot of different people. It's time to move on with someone else. I already did great work. I did great work. I was the best trash picker in the fucking U.S.
Yes, and you would find out things. What kinds of things would you find out? What type of girls they like? What type of guys they like?
You know what I would.
Would you find that if they were, say, homosexuals, and then report that to the Church of Scientology?
I would just gather the intel, Howard,
What's the
and
intel?
I would
What
give
are we
it
looking
back.
for?
Post-its, letters, envelopes, addresses. Banana peels.
Did
throw
you ever
out.
wonder what they were doing with that material? Did you worry that perhaps they might be using it to discredit a guy or to frame a guy or to do something like that?
You know what? That's again, I wasn't doing anything illegal. Pulling trash is legal if it's on a curbside. If you go into a dumpster, it's trespassing. It's illegal.
Right.
So I'm performing my job as a professional investigator to get the trash. I'm performing my job as.
Do you ever turn down a case because you think it's immoral?
The only case I really turned down recently was a woman who thought that someone implanted a listening device in her brain, and she wanted to know if I could sweep her head.
All right, she's obviously a schizophrenic.
Yeah, I get a lot. But she said she worked for the state, which...
Have you ever been hired by a politician to find out what his opponent is doing?
All the time.
All the time. Goes on all the time. They didn't learn from Watergate. They didn't learn from Nixon.
All the time. Local politicians, reps, senators,
what do
hire
they want
me.
to know?
Just anything that they can find out on them.
They want to find out any kind of scandal, right? So they can discredit their opponent.
Yeah. I ran for office back in 2004 myself, and I lost. And my opponent afterwards thanked me for, not investigating her. I said, you know what? I wouldn't have wanted you to do it to me.
Chico, you're on the air. You're on with Mark, Mark's Private Investigation Services, or go to purchase his book, Happens All the Time, Cheating in the Good Old USA. Go to onthemark.com, onthemark.com.
On-the-mark.
On-the-mark.com. Okay, Chico, you're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
This guy's a fucking douchebag. Take the fucking bat right to his head.
Hey, man.
You get fucking paid to ruin people's lives. Mind your fucking business.
Bring it on, man. I'll be your next fight. You'll be my next fight in the cage.
What?
I said, bring it on. You'll be my next fight in the cage.
Good. I'd love to, tough guy. Be careful what you wish for.
Tough guy. Tough guy's calling the radio shows there, Chico. What kind of name is that? Are you a dog, you fucking scumbag?
What's the matter?
Dude, I will fucking rape your wife's asshole right in front of you and then choke out your golden retriever, you fucking scumbag lowlife. Get a fucking job.
No wonder you have an anger issue.
I'm telling you. These fucking douchebags calling the radio shows talking tough. What a fucking pussy. I pull up front, you fucking scumbag.
You know what? I will say.
Sucking a black cock, pussy.
All right,
I love sucking black cock, your mothers.
I will say, Howard, that
it always comes down to black cock.
Yeah.
I'm your mother.
I run my agency. Can I speak? Can I speak, Chico? I run my agency in a very professional way. I don't do anything illegal. You know what? If you ethically think it's a crime, that's not for me. I get hired for a service. I do it legal. I have legal people that work with me. I do legal work. I don't. I walk the fine line like a gumshoe.
All right, Chico.
It doesn't mean that you're not a douchebag for what you're doing. Mind your fucking business.
If you cheat, you're a douchebag for what you're doing.
There's no reason to put the bait out there and fucking ruin people's fucking lives.
Did you get caught? Did you get caught?
Chico got caught cheating, man.
Yeah. Chico and the man? I said, was it Chico and the man?
How come Chico's phone connection is so low?
Because he's poor.
You don't think he's paying his phone bill?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's got one of those government-paid cell
you
phones.
See, I work for my money. I don't ruin people's lives like you scumbag.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Chico. Well, what about your extremely low voice, John? Does that ever freak women out?
That's from all that black cock Chico said I suck. It's high protein levels. I've had this voice since 7th grade. I haven't been able to date. I've had buddies' fathers in middle school that thought I was a drug dealer calling the house and I couldn't talk to them.
Well, let me just say thank you guys for coming in.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
For more information on Mark's private investigation services or to purchase his book, Happens All the Time, Cheating in the Good Old USA, go to on-themark.com. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you very much for having us.
It always gets people worked up, doesn't it?
Thank you very much.
It always does, man. Okay.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
All right.
Can we take a photo
surprise
before
no
we
career
leave,
in
Howard?
the,
Is that all right?
Hey, nice to meet you.
Can we take a photo for you?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for coming.
John, can you go get your phone so we can take some photos?
Yeah, you look handsome, man.
You look great. Thank you.
Did my wife send you?
Yeah.
Did my wife send them?
Yeah, right.
Mark.
Yes.
So that went well. I mean, you got your word out for sure.
I got my word out. I'm a little nervous about what the backlash is going to be when I get back with the state police that license me and the Church of Scientology and all that shit. But you know what? I guess you get to take risks in life.
Well, I was going to say, on one hand, you're looking to promote, you're looking to get the word out about your business, but at the same time, you're a private investigator, so it's something you have to keep kind of secretive. How do you walk that line? How do you...
People are fucking dumb, that's why. They got no clue. You know what I mean? I could talk to someone and 5 minutes later be watching them, and people are oblivious.
So they're not
Plus, I put fake mustaches on.
They're not going to remember.
I can't grow one, so I put a fake one on. I'm 42 and I can't even grow a beard. So
decoys, are you worried at all that this exposure is going to lead to people knowing who you are and...
No, it should be fine. We change our looks, we do things. I'm busy undressing Lisa with my eyes right now. So I've had Lisa with her for about a decade now. So
really?
It's the glasses, the hair, the whole.
I know, and I'm part
petite
of our
feet.
custodian, too.
He was just saying he loves the glasses.
Need him.
Oh, need them, huh?
Howard and us.
Interesting.
Because I want him to send it.
Lisa, are you feeling the mutual love here? Is this the type of man you're
It's
looking
that
for?
voice. It's like what Howard said.
See, I'm more of a normal, average guy. I'm more obtainable.
You have a cheeseburger or filet mignon. Let's choose it.
And I'm 10 years older than
I'll be the French fries.
So you guys can change up your look. You can adapt and make yourself.
We have a whole different ball.
He gets down on his hands and knees, and he's a 5'6" guy.
Yeah, and then check this out. Now watch. This is hilarious.
Oh wow!
You know, these shoes make a big difference.
So there's all sorts of tricks involved to keep yourselves anonymous and conspicuous. Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by today.
Thank you.
Good luck with
Great
everything.
time.
Thank you.
Hey, by the way, I didn't even mention, did you hear that Larry King stopped by the wrap-up show the other day for 2 seconds? He was in the building doing a bunch of Sirius satellite meetings, not meetings, but talk shows. And he walked by the wrap-up show for 2 seconds.
I didn't know that.
Well, there was only 3 minutes left in the wrap-up show, which I don't even understand. I've said to Tim, if the wrap-up show has something cool going on, why do they have to end it exactly on time? And then he said something has to do with the computer and the scheduling of the shows, that you have to end completely on the hour. But
we didn't have to.
No, I don't know why. If Larry King's there, the guys wanted to keep going with him because it was sort of fun. And I don't know. My philosophy has always been, if something good is going on, let it keep going. Who cares? If the guys want to sit there and talk to Larry King, let them. I wonder what's going on there with this. It's called a profit system in the computer, and all of our shows, after we do them live, have to go into the computer system because we replay them, and in the replays, they have to end on the hour. And I'm like, why? Who cares? I don't even care if a show ends on the hour. What I mean, like our show.
Somebody made up that rule, and Tim's sticking to it.
I think Tim made up the rule, and Tim's sticking to it. Tim here or no, Gary? Like, why do you guys have to end exactly at 11 o'clock? Larry King's there. You're sitting there. You're having a good time. Go for a half hour. Go for an hour.
I don't think Tim's in yet. I'm calling now.
Yeah.
It may be the only thing he can control.
Yeah, he's got to let go of that. Have you ever been given an explanation, or John?
We have permission to go over now. John just told me.
Is that right?
Yeah, but like, it won't come up for another year. Like, I even said to somebody that day, "Can we keep going?" And they sort of shook me off.
Who's they?
I might have asked like Jim or somebody.
Oh.
So now we got to wait for Larry King, like Haley's Comet, to show up again.
The rule is, if you're in there, we can go as long as we want to go.
Yeah.
If you come in.
Okay.
Other than that.
Well, who made that rule?
Tim.
But why? What's the thinking behind it?
My understanding is the show has to end because of the rest of the schedule and everything.
But what is the schedule? They just rerun our show.
Yeah, the replay starts at, I guess we're done by 11, so at 11 o'clock, the replay has to start, and then it affects the rest of the day. I don't know.
Yeah, but let's say they replay our show, and you guys finish at 11:20, and they start the shows at 11:30. Who gives a fuck? I mean, no one's sitting there going, oh, man, they didn't start at the top of the hour with the shows.
We're going to miss the next show.
Yeah, I mean,
it is the same show.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the... I would love to know what his thought process is in that.
That's Tim. You got to ask him. But
Tim has this move whenever I ask him something. Of course, he goes, I brought it up to you, and you told me you wanted it this way. And
That's exactly what he said about that, Howard.
No, I've never once said that. Ever. What? You know me. I'm the guy who used to go to... On terrestrial radio, I would go over. And I'd say, who cares? Let me sit here all day. I'm the only one getting ratings. Why are you in a rush to play music? I mean, so... He always blames it on me, Tim. And I know listen, my whole philosophy in radio is you don't need a schedule. Hey, Tim, how come we have to end the wrap-up show if Larry King walks in?
Well, I told John, I says, if you guys wanted to go, you could have gone. And he says, well, don't we end at the top of the hour? So we discussed it. And they just decided, they didn't even ask me. I was in the room, so.
Right. No, but I'm saying.
You weren't. And Jim, I asked Jim, I said, can we keep going? And he sort of shook his head.
Yeah,
you weren't in the room.
Yes, I was in the room. I was standing right there with Larry King. I was looking at him.
Oh, so you said you weren't in the room.
I was in the room.
So, Gary, you asked and Tim shook his head no?
JD's yelling Tim wasn't in the room either. If
I was
in the room,
I was
we were unaware because the room was crowded that day.
I patted Larry King on the back on the way out. I says, thanks for stopping by. And if you guys wanted to go, you could have went. There's no problem with that. The thing is that we like.
You've always told me there's a problem.
Well, we like to end the show at the top of the hour, you know, so because it fits in. When we did 6-hour blocks from 6 a.m. until till noon,
right?
You know, that block would replay from noon until 6, from 6 to midnight to 6 a.m.
Who cares?
Well, because of the spots and everything else that had to run within it.
Oh. Okay, from now on, what's the rule? The boys can go as long as they want?
They can go as long as they want. Sure.
Okay, good.
They can end. They should end at the top of the hour if they can. It makes life much easier. But if there's something there that they can go longer.
Makes it easier to put the stuff in the computer.
Exactly. And the other thing is that you and I had a conversation about that.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Remember the wrap-up?
Oh, yeah, I remember it just like it was yesterday. Okay, what's the conversation? He always does this to me.
It's true.
We had a conversation about this, and you told me.
You told me. Remember, you wanted the wrap-up show to go. It's like an hour-long show.
Right.
And that,
And if something is going on, let them go.
Right. Well, that's what we'll do.
Yeah. But I didn't have any conversation about this.
No, we talked about the 1 hour.
Okay. No,
we did.
Don't you remember the conversation where I said, let it run as long as it wants? You were there. Don't you remember that? This is what you do. Don't you remember that conversation?
No, you and I talked about it.
Don't you remember when you and I had a conversation?
I
said, let it run.
Exactly.
Okay, there you go.
Good. Okay, good. We're even.
Tim. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
You're losing weight again, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. What are you doing this time? No green drink?
No, green drinks.
You're doing green drink?
Yeah, Robin and I started the detox yesterday.
Yep.
No ayahuasca?
No, thank you.
Ayahuasca?
No, ayahuasca, no ayahuasca.
No.
You know.
Oh, you're doing green drink, huh?
Yeah.
And what else? Because you always
but I do like a salad. I don't do like total, but I do like a salad or something like that. Just so, but I watch what I eat.
Yeah.
No more carbs.
Right.
Crap.
Carbs aren't the problem, dude.
Well,
vegetables are
It's a
carbs.
combination of exercise and putting the
are-
right food in your system. But the more green you put into your system, the better. The more oxygen you put in your body, it pushes out all the impurities. You feel better. You have more energy. You think clear.
All
You
right,
sleep
all right.
better.
All right, I'm getting woozy.
Again, vegetables are carbohydrates.
Right, okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You can talk to Tim afterwards about that. Explain it
I'm
to him
just,
again.
he's
Robin,
like,
I tried
no
calling you
carbs.
twice last night, by the way.
I tried to call you back, by the way.
Yeah. And Tim's on fire. Tim once, what was Tim's quote once? Food doesn't control him, he controls food. I think you taught him that.
No, he came up with that on his own.
Yeah.
I never declared him
Nothing-
not under the control of food.
Nothing that wacky came out of your mouth.
Cookies are my weakness. I now have the tools in order to take the weight off.
Uh-huh. I think food gained control again.
Well, like I said, I never declared him. He decided that on his own.
But he looks good.
You're unable to do the lifestyle, you can't take the job.
Right. Sometimes Tim talks so fast and gets all charged up that, you don't know what he's saying. He comes out with all those things.
Your point is valid and well taken.
Right.
Timitudes.
Right.
There's so many projects and initiatives going on around these channels.
Timisms. Tim. I do like that guy. Tim.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. Why would you name a kid Tim? Although, what do you name a
Timothy.
kid? Timothy. What do you name
The
a
long
kid?
form.
Where the hell does that come from, Timothy?
Oh, they
Howard.
were talking about
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's kids' names on The View, and it's
Yeah.
Moroccan was where
They decorated.
it is a room in her house. It's the Moroccan room, but that's where Nick proposed to her.
Oh. So the kid's got to be stuck with that shitty name.
Right.
Moroccan.
Yeah.
Mm. Hey, Wally, you're on the air.
Good morning, Howard.
Hey, now.
I was really upset that they were ending the show like that on Larry King. 3 minutes in, Larry's just giving off this whole itinerary of what he's doing and where he's going to be appearing. It was hilarious. He's like, Boston, L.A.,
Yeah.
England, guacamole. I'm like,
I know, I heard. I'll play it. Did you hear it, Robin?
No.
Yeah, it was really good. And then I wanted it to keep going. And then all of a sudden the rule came up. And I said, who made this rule that the guys can't keep going? Go. I don't mind. I mean, listen, you don't want them droning on for 4 hours, but if they got something cool happening, let it go.
That was an unusual circumstance.
That's right. I'm telling you, I had nothing to do with that. I'm the guy who says break the rule. There's no rule.
Content is king.
Content is king. Thank you. All right.
Howard, he had no idea that anybody that was in there in the wrap-up show worked for you. He's like, who are all these guys? I assume you're all fans?
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
All right, I'll play it.
Thanks for taking my call, Howard.
Nice. It's real quick, actually. He's only on for like 3.5 minutes.
He doesn't. What do you mean he doesn't know? He
man.
doesn't know he's on Howard 100.
Well,
He knew.
He just, who knows what he knows.
Here's what they told him. They said, would you like to go do, this is the wrap-up show after Howard's show. And he said, is Howard going to be in there? And they said, no, and then he came in.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he tells Gary afterwards he'd be happy to do our show that we don't ask. But meanwhile, we've called this publicist.
A million times,
they
I'm
don't-
sure.
They don't want to. Listen, probably rightly so. Here's the wrap-up show where Larry King walked in.
Larry, come on over to this microphone. Larry King stopped by. How you doing, Larry? Come right over to this microphone.
Wow. How many hosts?
Just two hosts.
Just us.
And a lot of
Don't
guests.
worry, I'm leaving.
That's Howard's limo driver, who's also got 100-something thousand Twitter followers.
Oh.
He only has 80-some thousand.
So, Larry.
How is Howard?
He's good. How come you never come by and do the show?
I'm never asked. How's his interpreter?
He's good. We'd always love to have you on the show.
How we do, Howard? I've got nothing against Howard.
Good. We'd love to have you. What are you promoting?
How old is he at this point?
It's hard to track his age as
All
much as it is his marriages.
But the thing about him that's noticeable when you see him in person is he can't weigh more than 100 pounds.
Yeah, he's like an elf. He's like from Middle Earth.
Yeah, he's like a hobbit.
It says here 77.
Okay.
That's how old he is, but he looks older, honestly.
He's always looked older than 77.
Yeah.
I don't recall him ever looking 77.
So he somehow he keeps saying through this interview that he's a stand-up comedian now, but then when you question him more, it turns out he's not really a stand-up comedian. It sounds like he tells stories about his life. Well, I don't know. It's not quite stand-up comedy with like jokes, but he talks about his life when he does these shows, and he can't sit still. He didn't want to give up that CNN show.
No, he was forced out.
And quite frankly, I'm sure if the boys had him there longer, they would have said, don't you feel sort of vindicated? Because I think the ratings were actually higher with Larry than they are with Piers Morgan.
And aren't they bringing Larry back for some kind of a special already?
Maybe, I don't know.
I heard a promo for that.
But now because he can't sit still, he's going out doing a stand-up tour. And I thought it was a joke. He goes like, I just got back from Lisbon, and I guess because CNN's heard all over the world, he has some sort of audience in every country.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing a comedy tour.
Stand-up comedy?
Yeah. I've always done conventions and things, and now when I kind of semi-retired, am I on? Because I don't hear myself.
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's a high. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he loves his voice.
Yeah.
Listen to him.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just talk for a while.
How many cities you doing?
Oh, I got a list here. I'm doing. I start this Saturday in Borgata in Atlantic City, and then the Wilbur in Boston, and then Biloxi, Reno, Las Vegas, Chandler, Arizona, Reykjavik, Iceland, Stockholm, Sweden, Bergen, Norway.
When he said Reykjavik, Iceland, I thought, oh, he's making a joke. Maybe he is funny. But he wasn't making a joke.
No, he's really going there.
It's Larry King in Iceland. Good. I don't even know how you say hello in Iceland.
Are you really going to Reykjavik?
Yeah. Wow. Copenhagen, Munich, London, Morristown, New Jersey, Westbury Music Theater, Ottawa, Toronto, Santa Rosa, California, Newport News, Virginia, Tampa, Naples, West Palm Beach.
And when you stopped doing the CNN show, did you know you were going to do stand-up? Did you want to do something, or did you think you were done?
I actually want to go to the show. What the fuck could he be talking about? I mean,
Isn't it true?
Yeah.
Or are these just fairy tales that he's making up?
I don't know. Like, he comes out on stage and starts talking about what?
I mean, he's not going to tell you the real stories of his life about how
Right.
he married 8 women.
I fucked this one, and the first night I met her, I fucked her.
And had a gambling problem and all of that. So he
Yeah.
must be making up some stories.
Don't you have a feeling it might be like the Charlie Sheen tour, like sort of nobody knows what's going to happen that night?
Well,
and then like within 5 minutes you go to, does anyone have a question? Winning.
I actually imagine he's put some thought into it.
You think?
My nephew is Scott Zeiger. He's a big Broadway producer, and he's often seen me speak at conventions. And he says, geez, you're funny. Why don't we put together where you do stand-up? And they worked on this show. We got a producer and everything. And I go on stage. It's about 80 minutes of stories. It's all funny. I don't do anything serious. But I do. Last Thursday, I was in Portugal. I spoke at a big conference. I just did funny stuff.
But is it more like a stand-up comedy show? Or is it more like stories of your life and you're funny?
Correct. It's stories of my life. If there's a similar thing, it would be like Billy Crystal's 700 Sundays. I get up, stories of childhood, stories of broadcasting off the air.
Amazing. He's already in that category of Billy Crystal.
Yeah, he's right up there.
Yeah.
On the air stories.
That's some rarefied air. This must be some show.
Family stories, funny stories.
So after many years broadcasting, you finally decided to give it up.
Yeah.
Howard's been doing it forever. Do you think Howard will continue to do it? And
I remember we do know I'm going to continue for 5
when
years.
have you talked to Larry King?
I don't know.
Why is he asking?
But Larry does
that?
have an answer.
When Howard was in Washington, how old is Howard now?
57 years old.
So he's been in how long?
He's been doing this at least 34 years, something like that.
Okay, I started in 57. How many years is that? 54 years.
Right.
That's a lot of years. So I'm 77.
He wins.
What does that got to do with anything? We're doing math.
I think he feels competitive with me. He goes, well, I've done it 54 years. Howard's only done it 34 years.
Think how tired
When I
of
was
it?
57, I never thought I'd leave. 57.
Do you miss it?
I got ties older than that.
Do you miss it?
I miss it when there's a story like Osama bin Laden is killed, and I miss it when terroragedy happens in Japan. But
That's a new word.
Terroragedy.
Terroragedy.
I don't miss it when Prince is getting married. Who cares?
He doesn't marry. He doesn't miss broadcasting when those princes get married, and I don't blame him.
Well, he's had so many marriages. Marriage can't possibly excite him.
Can't be interesting.
I don't want Kardashians. I could do without. You know how I describe it. I got mixed emotions. I feel I want to do it so bad one day, and then one day I don't miss it at all. It's like watching your mother-in-law go over the cliff in your new car.
Are you keeping tabs on how Piers is doing over there?
I watch Piers occasionally. He's okay. I think I like Piers. It's very different from me, and actually, it's hard. I'm a poor judge of it because I try. It's hard to be objective.
All right. Unfortunately, we got to wrap up today's wrap-up
That's
show.
it. That's the wrap-up.
We're done. We're out.
So all of you are like Howard Sternites, right?
Yes.
You follow him. Yep.
We do.
He's your leader.
We work for him.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, I understood the audience's frustration because I was frustrated too. I was like, oh, hey, this is kind of interesting. Let's keep going. This could get to some good stuff. And then what else do we have to do? We have a whole fucking empty day. So...
He had his first special on CNN on May 1st.
Oh, he did? Okay. Yeah. So, that was that. But a little...
It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity you don't get all the time.
Although you never know. Maybe it would have gone downhill from there and you would have...
We'll never know.
That's right.
I was going to work my way to... Have you ever heard your wife on the show? And that would have been weird, but that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, no, that would have been a good question. Too bad Well, now you know. Just go. Just do your show. You don't have to end it directly at 11 if you have something big going on. Yesterday it was a pretty good wrap-up show you guys did yesterday when Benji was arguing with Ronnie. I was listening to that. That was pretty good.
I heard they aren't speaking.
There's something going on between.
Well, Ronnie's like a big baby. I was listening to it. He was like, Benji. First, well, it's not that Ronnie's a big baby. The two of them together are just not.
It's two big babies.
Yeah. Benji is just genuinely odd, and a lot of us do think that some of the oddness is put on. And I guess what happened was, Ronnie stands in the hall, and he's there to make sure there's no nonsense and that everything's cool. And when a guest comes in, he pats them down, make sure they're not fucking crazy. And so he gets to see a lot of what Benji's up to, and Benji's weird.
Yes.
But we're not sure if Benji's weird intentionally because he's looking for attention and he wants to be like an Andy Kaufman, or maybe he's just genuinely weird. And then when Ronnie calls Benji out on stuff, Benji gets all freaked out. And you don't know if that's for real. The whole thing's combustible. So the other day, Benji was coming in, and because he's had that issue with me that he's been late where I'm going to fire him, he's now decided that when he swipes his card when he comes in, because we have key cards, when he swipes his card, it's good because then he can be on record as having been here.
I was wondering why he did that because, there have been times when I come in like either just perform or whatever, and I swipe it and the door's clearly open, and he stands there and he does a reswipe.
Yeah, well, that was what happened. So Benji did the reswipe thing while the door was open. People were holding the door for him, and he stood there and reswiped. And Ronnie was like, "What are you doing?" And then he started off with this explanation about how he wants to be seen as on time. And Ronnie says, that's ridiculous. Why don't you do that out where we aren't? There's another key card position where you could be swiping all you want and none of us would see it. You're doing it because you want to be noticed. And then they got into a whole argument.
This morning, he comes in and Fred holds...
And it's just funny to hear Ronnie argue with that Queens or New York accent, whatever accent that is. I don't even know. It's the most severe New York accent I ever heard.
He's crippled.
Yeah, and then he starts yelling over Benji. It's entertaining as hell.
So this morning, he comes in and Fred holds the door for me. He doesn't have to put his card there, but he's standing there, keeps putting the card there. For like a shtick thing. So
no, it wasn't. I'll give you an exact explanation of what happened.
Don't say it to me because it's got nothing to do with me.
Okay, so this is what upset
the
Ronnie.
security people said, "What the fuck is wrong?"
And
with
I will
this guy?
explain what happened because I've had a reputation of being late. And I've said before, you guys accuse me of being late. I always want there to be a record of when I come in. That's why
there would be a record on the other door.
But Ronnie, I swear on my life, that was exactly what's going through my head.
So the conversation starts escalating, and before you know it, neither one of them know what they're talking about. And
I was like, well, this is pretty innocuous.
No,
How could this turn into a fight?
But like Benji's like, well, why are you so angry about this? So what if I swipe the door? And Ronnie's like, it's you, and I don't care. You're just weird. And then Benji goes, well, if you don't care, why the hell are you yelling so much?